Hey guys, Spidey here. I hope you're having a marvelous day. I'm here with my buddy, Sketch Card Hive, Norn Rad, and also, if the internet allows us, our friend Manu, 9.9 Newsstand. We were having a wonderful conversation, and then all of a sudden his internet just said, "Hold on a minute, I'm not ready yet." We didn't want to delay coming on live any longer, and begin to hang out with you guys. He he's here. He's here. We'll see. Let's see if that Bay Area connection connects any stronger.
Yeah, hold on a couple minutes.
Hey, Sin City, what's up? How's it going? Got that symbiote logo there. Love it.
Very cool.
Sketch. This is our fourth Tuesday night in a row. Me and Manu have been going here talking cards.
I'll
and
say
comics.
words and wonder if you guys can hear me.
Yep, we hear you. We hear you. Praise the Lord.
Right now.
What's going on?
What's up, Mike and Sword?
Oh, hey, man.
And man, really happy to have you on the channel now. Yeah, back again. Obviously, you've been on the channel plenty of times, but on this Tuesday night live that we've been doing.
I'm excited, man. When you told me about it, I was like, I'm staying up all night. We're gonna hang. I'm ready.
Good. Hey, Faith and Misery's here. What's up, man? How's it going? Loud and clear, 9.9. Yeah. He says, I'm like 10 minutes delayed. Don't know, man. It was crazy because it was coming through beautifully. And all of a sudden it went away.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, Hand Four Letter says he can hear you. Maybe it's just me. So
I'm in the chat.
Yeah, you keep with us. That signal's going to come through strong in a minute. I'm having faith. You know, as we approach these lives, there's actually a lot going on that we could talk about, and yet I want to hear what our friends in the comments want to talk about tonight. Like, what do they want to hear from our Sketch Card Hive, our Professor Marvel cards, as I like to call them. And you know, we're coming off not quite a week of Doctor Strange 2 being in the theater, and I don't know, Norn, have you seen it yet? And 9.9 is not going to watch it, so I just can't talk about it, I guess.
Whoa, what is that about?
He doesn't go to the movies. I know. He just likes to read it in the comments.
Oh, I don't even know if I'm part of it. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.
That's it. That makes sense, man. I mean, the theater nowadays sucks, man. Everything's just so crazy. So I get it.
I like to hear about it from other people.
Hey, what's up? Slab and Rips. Slab and Rips. I like the name.
Hey, man.
Any news on the X-Men cartoon? Okay, I have a really funny story to tell y'all. Okay. So I went and saw Doctor Strange 2 Thursday night. Then I went and saw it again Sunday for Mother's Day with my girls. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I get a text from the X-Men, the creators, Eric and Julia. And it was like, hey, we have a table reserved for 7 p.m. at Lakeside. And I was like, oh, and then it was a group text. Eric said that, and then Julia replied something about it. And I was like, hey guys, this is Justin from Louisiana. Anyways, after that, they pointed me to something pretty special that I can't share because I don't know who hasn't seen the movie. And it is connected to X-Men 97. So
wow.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Yep.
Yeah, I'll pretend like I don't know, because I'm like 99 here. I'm letting the comments and YouTube culture ruin it for me. So I definitely know a lot about it already.
Already? Yeah.
A lot.
What's up, Kent? Good to see you, my friend. 94 Marvel Flare. Is it a sleeper set? Base versus Power Blast. Love to get your input. Thanks. I kind of need a definition of what he means by sleeper set. We certainly know about it. You know, I don't see it as a, like, I'll after we talk about 94, I'll give you a set that I think is a sleeper, and you may or may not agree, but I don't view it as a sleeper set. What about you?
I think Power Blasts are super important to Marvel cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this earlier about like doing a video. on Marvel cards are not sports cards video, most likely with you. I was thinking about like Power Blasts for me are like super Marvel. Like I'm sure they're in sports. Like I'm not saying they're not, but Power Blasts are great, man. I think they're like super important.
I think we have a new back.
Am I like live? Can you hear me as I'm talking?
Yes, as you're talking.
No way. Oh,
you look better than you've ever looked before, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is
before
so
we
perfect
leave you,
because I actually, yes.
Show your shirt.
Oh, shirt. What do we got? We got.
Y'all look at that.
Puff Storm.
That's the only costume Storm should ever be in, man.
It's so sick.
I love that.
It's
so sick.
I love it.
Yep. And what were you going to say, Manu?
Oh, I'm just glad that I'm back because I want to be a part of this 94 Flair conversation. So can you guys please carry on and then I'll jump in.
Absolutely. So you were saying Power Blasts are important.
That's it. That was my say. I want to hear from 99, man. I want it 9.9, baby.
Oh, thank you, man. The question was, are they a sleeper set? And then Justin said, well, what do you mean by sleeper set? We know about them. And my answer to that was immediately yes. But my answer is based on the fact that there's so many people that haven't remembered how much they love them yet, right? There is the card community, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of the people that don't even realize they're the card community yet. They're going to remember those Power Blasts. They're going to see those eBay auctions. They're just going to remember. And that PSA, the graded, the slab of the card is still very new to so many people who have been out of collecting since the 90s. And for that reason, I think it's a sleeper set. It's such an elegant set. It's such a dope set. And the Power Blasts are sick. So I think it's a sleeper set still. Yep. Outside of the core community, that is. Yeah.
So you mentioned something I'd like for us to spend some time on. So I'm going to speak for me, and then Norn, you speak for you. But in the Marvel card world, it feels like a lot of us, so to speak, not in like numbers, but we hear from each other. We're in this echo chamber of sorts, right?
Right.
So when I say it's not a sleeper set, I mean we all know about it, and it's there. But I'm interested in your perspective of, okay, you know that we know about it, but you feel like there's a lot more out there who haven't reawoken to it yet.
Absolutely. I'll give you a little bit of like evidence from my perspective of this. I mean, this is the example that I'm about to give is 1990 MU, but it's kind of the same thing because the person I'm going to use as an example, this is a gentleman who's not on Instagram. He's not anywhere. He's a financial advisor. He makes tons of money and he buys comic books through me, and the other day he was just itching to buy. It's not like I'm so eager to tell him to buy 1,000 things. First of all, I want him to buy things that I have, or else,
right.
There has to be some synergy there. But the point is, he discusses with me, well, what else is there? When he gets the itch to, buy something cool, what else is out there? What else should I be looking at? And it was about a year ago that I introduced him to cards, but we kind of just put it on the back burner, right? I said, listen, this isn't, what the sort of collection that you're developing. And this isn't what you've always been into. So I don't want you to just go crazy. Some of these prices, we're still trying to figure out what they're supposed to be and what they're not supposed to be. But I introduced him to a couple of cards. And just the other day, he was like, hey, remember that black suit Spidey and that Stan Lee card? What's going on with it these days? I said, well, it's actually much less costly than when we first discussed it. So you might as well grab them. So he went and grabbed the Stan Lee card off of eBay. He went and grabbed, I forgot which other ones he grabbed, right? And then he's like, what's this cosmic Spider-Man card? Why is it so expensive? Right? But this is an example of somebody that is passionate about it, but hasn't been reintroduced to it yet, right? This is a new collector who has real money in the market, an extremely world-class comic book collection, and now he's into cards. He has yet to discover 94 Flair, 96. Yesterday, I told him about 96 Marvel Masterpiece. He opens up the PSA app. He said, I can't find it. I can't find a price guide for 96 Masterpiece. Where is it? What is it? And then he starts sending me listings off eBay. The Carnage card, $1,500 for the base Carnage, PSA 10, asking price. And he said, what's going on here? Is this like a hard to find card? And I said, no, it's hard to find in a 10. You know?
Right.
And so that's the world that I'm associating with, or I communicate with more than the core card world. You guys are the core card community, and I'm just now having conversations with you. But for the last year, I'm talking to comic book folks that are just looking for other cool things. And once they find the cards they love, they go deeper. They don't just stop there. You know how cards are, they're addicting. So these aren't going to be like, these aren't going to be like the folks that are going to know everything about every card. But when they find the ones they love, they're going to buy them. And I think that has yet to mature. That audience is just now getting here. And that's what I think. I mean, this is aside from, this is not me saying the sports card people are coming. These are people that aren't even into cards. And
see, that's more important though, man. Like, I was just talking to Justin about this when during the thing, the internet connection. Like, Marvel cards need to be card collectors and Marvel card, when they deal with Marvel cards, there has to be a relationship there that's outside of sports. And I think, you know, there's been many waves to this kind of thing picking up. And I think this next wave is really where people are like, yeah, I collected sports. I'm into sports still, but like Marvel cards, man, right? And like other people who are like, man, everyone's into cards. I always liked Marvel. Let me try this. What? It's a growing community. It's like has all this stuff. I love this stuff. And it's so funny. So many people I know with a 90 MU set wanted to build sets of 10s for that. And the hologram numbers for pop 10s are impossible. Yeah. And like people have like gone, like they're impossible. And 96 is really hard to 10 everything. And that seems to be more and more along the lines of what people are doing. Because I think a lot of people, when they get into Marvel, and it's funny because old school Marvel collectors are very much set collectors, which I've told Spidey like a broken record so many times. But a lot of people who are coming into this also are looking into like, well, I want to get the whole thing. I don't want to get just one character or something like that. But I love that, man. That's awesome to like understand that perspective. The one thing I will say about Flair 94 is this. Those had the best packs of all Marvel cards. Once I see those in Gem Mint 10 PSA, people are going to lose it, man. Those are the things to grade. Those cardboard boxes.
I hadn't thought about that.
I want to see. That I want to see.
Never thought about that, man.
And there's multiple characters on there. Venom.
Yeah. Different color foiling, if I remember correctly, on there. Yeah.
Grading Marvel packs is not something that you see a lot of. I mean,
no. It'd be exciting to see that.
Not that they're rare, but I think it would make a collection, more complete. Oh, so to honor my statement of a set that I think is a bit of a sleeper, to me, it is the Wolverine Flair Ultra set from 96. Wolverine Flair Ultra, if you get a chance to check it out, it's original art like 96. And some of it is actually on par with 96 art because it's Joe Jusco and other top artists. And I don't suspect it had a high print run, personally. I don't know what it was. But I know if I want to go on eBay right now and look for a sealed box of it, there's not a lot of it.
And that set is beautiful. I remember this set. That's gorgeous. I love this set.
Well, also, too, like that set, not to start any stuff, but there is rumor that set's coming back.
Yep.
A pretty great rumor that set's coming back. So
I think I've seen a blank of a sketch card.
I think I've seen a blank of a sketch card somewhere. I wonder why.
You guys know things.
You guys know.
Yeah, you might know some stuff.
I've heard rumors. I'm going to say rumors. I don't know anything for sure. Just saying rumors.
Okay. Well, if you know something for sure, it's less exciting than the mystique of the rumor. So we'll just go with that.
I'm going to whisper into him. I'm like,
let me give a little taste of the art here. Okay, guys.
So good.
This is a Wolverine here.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And
I wonder who did that. I don't even know. I can't even recognize it.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can't recognize who did that either.
I'm gonna give you
like 93 one. Marvel Masterpiece also has like really like Julie Bell's in there. 93 Like I just Bill Sinkovich. Like I think 93 was really great. Flair Ultra Wolverine has Jusco art, DeVries art. Oh man, that Carnage. That's a Jusco Carnage, baby. How sick is that?
I love that card. My goodness.
It's a great card.
And this is a Jusco Wolverine, by the way, that we're looking at here.
That's what I thought. I thought so.
Wolverine.
That's killer.
I want you to see the Wolverine versus Magneto from this set. Okay.
Oh, is that? I think I know what that one is. Is that the
And-
Antimanium? I said it wrong.
Atomanium.
Antimanium, yeah.
Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna search for it specifically. Give me just a moment, guys, because it's too good not to show.
Yeah. I mean, that's a beautiful set. I never collected that set, but like I remember as a kid having a few cards from it, and they're all stunning. I mean, it's a gorgeous set. It really is.
Surprise!
Yo,
We conjured him.
boys.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Neo, we're showing 96 Flare Ultra Wolverine. I'm curious if you're familiar with it. Check out this Jusco Magneto versus Wolverine.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that awesome?
This is a standalone Wolverine set outside of
Standalone, and it's like all original art. And Jusco did a 9-panel. It doesn't all match. So when I say 9-panel, I mean it's in sequence, like 80, 81, 82, 83, that kind of thing. All Jusco on the nine cards. It's really good. There's a Psylocke in here that, well, let me just show you.
I'm not familiar with this product.
while you're finding the
pretty quiet.
Psylocke Neo, can I just say I'm fanboying right now because when the Marvel card boxes were blowing up last year was your channel that I was on, because you always had the analysis. You were always talking about what's going to happen to the pop report. I remember you ripped the 90 MU. You graded some cards. 10 years later, you got some 10s, you got some 9s, you sold them. I was there for all of it. So very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Pleasure.
That's awesome.
Oh,
right,
10 years
guys.
later.
No, I was smart. I sent express. I got my shit back fast while everyone else
You
waited
did.
years to get them.
Yeah.
You did. You knew exactly which ones to send. You did well, and that was before the shutdown. Like your timing
Definitely
was
killed it.
impeccable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid a
Okay.
premium to get them fast because I knew what was coming.
Mhm.
I
You
see. I
guys-
don't know if you guys caught it. I talked about it in the video I did yesterday. 90 MU is now in the top 20 of all-time graded PSA sets.
Wow.
Dang.
It's number 20. It slipped in the number 20 this month.
And total number of cards.
Yes.
And that makes sense because those submissions like mine are just coming out.
But that's got, if that's, I mean, just that a Marvel set is in the top 20 of all-time graded PSA sets now.
That's
It's
really
a
cool.
beautiful set, man. It was the
Wow.
first set to have original art. It's a gorgeous freaking set. I've seen the original of that Psylocke, by the way.
Yeah, this is insane, guys. This Psylocke.
It's
Oh, that's
this
beautiful.
That's
This is
really
in
nice.
that Wolverine set.
Is that a standard card, or is it textured, or is it just because it's like
It's
the way that it's
gloss.
It looks like a sketch.
It does. But yeah, check out that set if you haven't. It's really awesome. I love it. That is
Great set.
my sleeper set. Somebody's
That's a
asking,
good
I
one.
picked up the 2020 Marvel Ages Word Cloud cards lately. Insert in that set, I believe, are 1 in 300 packs. I didn't know the odds of that. Now I saw that Jen from Gin and Juice on Loot Box, he picked up, I believe, a PSA 10 Wolverine Word Cloud.
The
It's a good
world,
looking
the
card.
word clouds are really nice because on the reverse is the clear image. So you have
Okay.
this like nice duality to the card. I don't know if they're tiered, if some are short prints, or because I think the flavorful ones are, right?
Yeah, flavorful is, but I'm not sure about Word Cloud.
I'm not sure.
You know, I didn't go into annual at all.
It's from Ages and
Or Ages.
Ages. Sorry, no, I know what you meant. It's in Ages. Ages has like some of the coolest modern inserts, like the Fennel, the word cloud, the flavorful. Like they're really nice inserts, but I'm not a fan of the base, like at all. Like I don't like what they did there.
like
But everything
cardboard.
else is really nice, really nice.
Hey, while I have Neo here, Neo's not going to be on here for very long, guys. He can't stay 2 hours like we can.
Actually, I just got done recording like a 2-hour-long interview with Peter from SGC.
Oh, that is cool. How did it
Oh,
go?
cool.
That's
It
awesome.
went really good. I'll post on Thursday morning, probably.
Exciting.
Yeah, we
Exciting.
talked for like an hour and a half on camera and then like an hour and a half off camera. So I literally just got done with that right when I saw you guys. I was flipping through. I caught the end of Sports Cards Anonymous's live stream. And then I saw you guys went live, and I was finishing up the thumbnail and all the behind the scenes nonsense for that video.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for jumping on. But while I have you
Yeah.
here, you just have a greater pulse on things. We're kind of have our head buried in the sand of Marvel cards. But it seems to me that collectibles as a whole is really dealing with some declines right now. in terms of where things were selling at whatever point you point to in the past. Is that what you're seeing across collectibles?
Yeah, for sure. On the sports card side, things are definitely starting to slip a little bit. And I haven't done like a deep numbers dive yet, but it feels like on the comic book side, things are slowing down a little bit. It's very anecdotal. I follow a lot of the big IG sellers, and a lot of times I could just get a pulse for the market on, oh, they post like I don't know, like a New Mutants 98 and a CGC 98 for what I think is a relatively good price, and it doesn't go claimed for like 6 hours. I'm like, things must be slowing down a little bit, because normally at that price it would get gobbled up like that, you know, like insert whatever book that you want. But I haven't looked at like dug in and done a bunch of GPA analysis deep dives to see if, you know,
and it's more of a
percentage dives or
pulse
whatnot. But it does
thing,
seem like things are cooling, which isn't surprising, because if you look at the greater outside world of collectibles, I mean, the stock market's in the tank, crypto's in the tank, gas
Interest
prices are
rates.
extremely expensive. I mean, the outside world factors are not great right now.
Yeah, interest rates just hit the level of when I bought a house in 2002. And so it's so it's not surprising that collectibles should, in my opinion, normally would follow first before all the other, you know, more true blue assets out there. So
it's an interesting time, because like, you know, I'm you know, I have like a small pot, not like extremes amount, but like I have a few $1,000s, a couple $1,000 that like I would like to spend on something. I don't know if it's going to be a comic or cards or a combination of the two. And I'm kind of like, maybe I should just keep waiting. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready to pounce, but I don't know that it's the right time yet. And I really don't know what I'm looking at yet either. I'm kind of ready to dive back in on.
I like this question because it definitely feels like a buying season, or, you know, beginnings of a buying season.
Yeah, I feel like it's we're at late November. We're not at Christmas yet, but like in terms of shopping season.
It's like, but if you follow kind of the Warren Buffett method of things, you buy when people sell, you sell when people buy, you know, just if you want to be ahead of the cycle, so to speak. And, you know, I'm looking at some of these cards out there, and I'm saving up for Spider-Man Metal. And I was just telling Norn, I was like, man, these cards out here, like, I know what they are and I see the prices, and I don't want to get distracted because I'm really committed to Spider-Man Metal, but man, it is so tempting to go diving into some of these lower prices.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued at, like, you know, I was thinking about pouncing on some like mid-end CGC like X-Men keys or something, and then I'm like, well, maybe something big will get cheap enough that I could get something that I thought was relatively unattainable at some point. You know, like does an X-Men 1 and a CGC like 1.5 get to like a semi-reasonable number, you know, that I could potentially knock that off, which is something that if you would have told me 6 months ago would be something that I would never even have considered it, like you know, that was going for like 8 or 9K at the time. But if that cooled down to like a 6K book, like I'd get real tempted real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be able to put it in your collection for sure.
I'm waiting for that.
I'm interested. Do you think Spider-Man Metal, I have a feeling it's going to head down a path of extreme FOMO, pump and dump accusation. Just I feel like there's a, sorry for swearing, but like a shitstorm brewing when it comes to Spider-Man Metal here in a couple months, one way or the other. You guys feel the same?
I guess for me, it would depend on what do you mean by that? Like, what is the end result of what you just described? What does that look like?
I think I'm worried it's going to follow something like what we recently saw with WWE Prism, like a completely unrelated product, but it got a lot of hype, a lot of FOMO, a lot of pump. Boxes skyrocketed and then have since already cut in half in price. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of zeitgeist around Spider-Man Metal, and I'm trying to figure out what that means. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It does.
Everyone's going to be talking about it. All the social media posts are going to be about it. All the YouTube, myself included, is going to be making I got boxes coming. I'm going to open them on the chain. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's going to be talking about it. It's going to be all over Facebook groups. And what is that? I don't know what I'm trying to figure out what that means, both in the short term and the long term.
So
go ahead.
My big thing of what's happening here with that particularly is going to be this. there's not going to be a lot of physical product. I think people are going to see the prices get too high too quickly once a lot of big ticket items are bought, and you have that week long of eBay sales where no one's actually posting any really good cards that anybody wants that are the high end. You know what I mean? Like the big Spider-Man characters, the big PMGs. And once that week passes, those boxes are just going to sit because people are going to be like, well, I'm not going to try my odds on getting overpriced on a box. I'm going to wait for Epac, right? And depending where the economy is when Epac comes out, shows how fast that's going to sell out. But I do feel like the certain inserts that are in that set, people are going to spend a lot of money on them to obtain, and they're going to disappear rather quickly unless they're posted on eBay for astronomical, stupid prices where they'll just sit there. You know what I mean? But I do feel like people are going to get what they want, and if people are smart, they would trade and find people to take cards off their hands and all that stuff. But I really don't think there's going to be that much physical product. I think people are going to try to pump those boxes, but I don't know if there's going to be that much physical product. I just don't feel like there's going to be that much of it out there.
I mean, but that to me makes it sound like the prices will go even higher then, though, because if it's limited supply, the demand
it's limited supply, but it's limited supply in the short term, right? Because Epac's going to come up, and the price on Epac's not going to be like that much higher than the boxes that people bought it for. I mean, like at this point, the pre-orders that people made late in the game at like 400, 350 or whatever, right?
I think those look like steals at some point in time.
Maybe so. Maybe.
I mean, what X-Men Metal's what, $600 a box?
Yeah, but is anybody buying X-Men Metal?
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like that's my issue.
I think Eugene sold 6 boxes for $5,400.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the idiot who's not buying it, but I don't see the reason to buy those boxes.
Well, I think
people buying this on them sealed.
I think the reason people are buying X-Men Metal right now is because there's a rumor or belief out there that the one of ones were split evenly with Epac, and that the odds went into physical boxes, but only about 37% of the total number of cards actually went physical. And so your odds of getting a one of one is higher in a physical box than there was on Epac. And then you start asking yourself, who had odd numbers? Wolverine was number 69 and 169. Dark Phoenix was number like 170 or whatever. Anyways, these odd numbers are in physical boxes, and I think that may be one reason that people are buying them up at that level.
And they are now $750 to over $800 a box.
Yeah. And I think when I think about Spider-Man Metal, there's an element here that I think is different than with X-Men Metal. X-Men Metal came out May, which was roughly 3 months after Marvel Masterpieces was on Epac, and Black Diamond was snuck in there in the midst of all that. When's the last time we had a Marvel physical release?
No, it's going to be bad. Like it's going to. I'm not saying it's not going to sell. I'm not saying people are going to make money hands over fist, but I worry about the boxes because those are expensive boxes at one point.
Well, what happened with Annual on Epac is a representation of this. I'm using the word suffocating because I think product is the air we breathe and the hobby, and we don't have it, right? And so I think that's going to be interesting. There's people asking what is Epac. So Upper Deck has a website where you can actually buy cards. It's not, they use the term Epac, but you're actually buying the physical cards. There are some digital cards, but most of it is actually physical cards. You get mailed to your house. You actually receive what you open, and you see what you receive. So it's really pretty cool. And with Spider-Man Metal, they'll do a physical release, and then 3 or 4 months later, they'll do a release on Epac where you can get physical cards, but only on that website.
I mean, I think if you're solely in it and you just want to make money on this product, I think if you bought every box of Spider-Man Metal that you can get your hands on, stick it in a closet and don't touch it until Epac sells out.
Mm-hmm. Just like happened with X-Men Metal, but probably with a premium because it's Spider-Man, in my opinion.
And here's the thing. I think we all assume Spider-Man Metal is going to last, 3 days on Epac if the servers can spin fast enough?
Maybe less.
So then what happened? The FOMO machine's already going to be running at peak FOMO up to the release, after the release, because it's going to be hyped to hell. It's going to hit Epac. It'll calm down a little bit. It's going to hit Epac. It's going to sell out in Epac in 72 hours. And then the FOMO machine is going to kick it up again to the next level.
Yeah. And the events of what's happened recently is only going to add to the fear, the FOMO you're responding to or you're stating about, because of the fact of what happened with Annual and the way the servers have handled Unbound. And so people are going to go into that really, really heavy as fast as they can, I think.
The only thing I could see potentially slowing it down a little bit is the fact that it has a retail release.
Yeah, but how much?
We don't know. And I'm
So-
already foreseeing, I can already see it in the Facebook group now. Moderators, I feel sorry for you. People having hissy fits about, I went to Target and some guy was in line in front of me and dumped it all in his cart and bought the whole shelf. You know what I mean? Like, we all know that it's coming because I saw it on the sports card side of, people just dumping the whole thing and then literally selling it on their phone before they even get checked out at self-checkout.
Don't think I have David's phone number at Target already. And David likes a large Frappuccino, caramel macchiato Frappuccino from the Starbucks, and he gets one every time I go.
So strange, the coincidence of it all.
Yeah,
So
I'm not-
weird.
Yeah. So I Love Podcast is asking Manu, are you going to buy
Yo.
Spider-Man metal cards?
Am I? Yes, I'm going to. I don't know anything about them. The reason I haven't spoken in the last 20 minutes is because I'm becoming educated. I have no idea what an Epac is. I mean, in theory, I know, but I've never participated in it, and I don't know when Spider-Man metal's coming out. I'm excited about it, and if it's
Neither
gonna
do
be
we.
rare. And
Right.
oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
We all
you're
have that in
join the
common.
crowd. That's supposed to come out last
So, yes.
December, yet here we sit.
I want it. Okay, yeah,
It's-
I want it. Whenever it comes out, I want it. But these other three gentlemen here, they're going to have it all before me, I'm sure, because I don't even know where to go get it. But
Well,
yes.
what I want to remind people about that we've seen historically, and I know things change, but these distributors that have these cards are going to not make them that available during pre-orders. And they do that to drive up the box price so that when the release date hits, they can sell it at that higher price that they had you believe there was that scarcity for. And generally the physical boxes are then available for weeks, if not a few months. That's what's happened in the past. Is that going to happen with Spider-Man Metal? I don't know. But if you were not able to get a pre-order, hold your breath, and you likely will have a window that you can get physical boxes when the release date hits, which we think is coming. And we think it's coming because Upper Deck has actually started doing their advertising for it. They put a full page front, interior front page ad in the non-sport update. And
I saw your video on that.
Yeah, thank you for watching. And when I posted on Instagram, Upper Deck shared it and said, hey, look, somebody found our ad, and soon we'll be releasing more images of the new product. So that tells me we're getting close.
They're on that. The marketing machine's starting to spin.
Correct.
Which usually you don't do until you're at the 10-yard line.
So I think
Do we
June
have
a safer date than it was previously. Go ahead.
Do we know what a box costs?
Yeah, $370, $380 is the last price, but it got up to $400.
Yeah, I would bet if they showed up today on Blowout or something, they'd probably be $450.
Right.
And when they are all sold out and possible to get, what are they going to fetch, presumably on the market?
X-Men Metal right now is $800 a box, and I don't think X-Men Metal is anywhere near the class of product that Spider-Man Metal is.
Here's what I think.
Spider-Man Metal is going to be beyond better than X-Men Metal.
Just because the PMGs are done correctly.
I mean
based off
everything.
that
Even on the inserts, like on the Marvel podcast that I'm on, we spoke to Upper Deck, and the amount of work they put into reprinting those cards, it's phenomenal. They got the original designers from the 2013 Fleer Retro PMGs to come back to the Spider-Man Metal to fix the design.
Right.
So you got those true colors. And it's not only the PMGs, like all the FX things they did on the X-Men Metal set, like the pinks, the golds, all that stuff, they made them all really distinguishable too. So the set overall should be far more superior in quality and in aesthetically pleasing than X-Men Metal, which is it's just going to be It's going to be a show, man. It's going to be bad.
So
And that's not even counting for the fact that it's kind of a completely separate thing. I mean, based off the podcast information that I got from listening to the podcast a couple weeks ago, it has probably the most insane Epac achievements that you got. I mean, you guys, I'm not an Epac guy. I might be for this. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, it sounded like the most bonkers Epac achievement the world has ever seen, or achievements.
yeah,
Amazing fantasy. I mean, it's going to be stupid. It's going to be. Yeah,
so
I'll look 'em up
so
for you.
an Amazing Fantasy cover, you can go buy one. They've got sales on eBay for 8,000 to 9,000, just the cover graded, and it just says CVR. There's not an actual grade given to the cover. Those are selling for $7,000-8,000. An X-Men comic cut panel. So they take these covers and cut them into 16 comic cuts, and they put them together for one big cover of the comic book. And X-Men comic book panels right now are selling for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So an AF-15 comic book panel, and they said it was a clean copy, meaning there was no fraying around the edges that they cut up.
Wait. Okay, this is something that I must have missed the half dozen times we talked about this. They cut up an Amazing Fantasy 15 to make a 9 panel?
They not only did that,
And
they
nine
then cut up
page,
all the interiors and made comic cuts. So you can get a card with the very first time Spider-Man ever donned a Spider-Man outfit.
Inner panels, man.
In a numbered card that's released, through Marvel, that you got to get it out of a pack.
You got some
Pieces of
drool.
an AF-15 are going to be on the card.
So, yeah, and that's not to say that it's better than the actual book, but it's going to be more rare than the actual book. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there'll be some interesting debates to be had about what would you rather spend the money on, the cut or like a low grade. Kind of like, I mean, I know we had debates plenty of times on previous videos and live streams talking about, like, would you rather have the PMG Spider-Man at X price or the equivalent AF-15 of the same, you know what I mean? Like those same discussions will probably
Same
pop
price.
up.
And it just becomes about how often will you be able to buy it. And these are going to
What's
be
your answer?
Who, me?
Well, no, Neo, who presented the question, like, that debate, what would you rather have, an AF-15 or a card with a piece of a cut-up AF-15?
I mean, I said the same thing around PMG, so I'll stick to the same answer here. I would much rather have the CGC book. I think it's way safer long term. I mean, I'll pat myself on the back. We were doing live streams in like mid-February when PMGs were at their peak, and I'm like, I'd probably rather spend this $300,000 on a CGC book, and the PMGs have come down quite a bit since then, and I don't think an AF-15's come down.
It did for like a
material.
week, but that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can't be.
But I get like what Justin's saying though. Like the comic cut panel of Spider-Man putting the mask on for the first time. That's a 101.
Yeah, it's just going to be fun, and people are going to want to chase it. It's going to be there in the packs. The retail aspect, I think, is unique because it has its own parallel. There'll be a yellow FX that's only available in the retail packs, period. No hobby boxes, no Epac. So if you want to do a full set of the parallels, like I will want to do with this set, you're going to have to chase them through retail. You're going to have the PMGs are going to be amazing. They're not going to be hit as often, I think, as people realize. You're probably looking at about a 37% hit ratio, not a 50% hit ratio when it comes to the number cards. And it may be less than that. I'm just using my own numbers of what little information I have available. We don't actually have a checklist or anything like that. And so you're not going to just be able to buy 2 boxes and one of them have a PMG in it. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I opened 8 X-Men metal boxes, and I think I pulled 6 PMGs. Out of the 8, like 2 greens, I think like 4 reds, and then 2 pink parallels. I think I opened 8. Maybe I opened more than 8 boxes, but I had a pretty good hit rate on PMGs, and I don't expect that on Spider-Man metal, to your point.
And I don't know if the world is ready for this information, and I don't know if it's even true. Norn slapped me across the face if it's not remotely true. But I don't think people realize how little physical product there's actually going to be for this because of the amount of cards that Upper Deck is moving into Epac and how they want people to go to that platform.
So it's not, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Traditionally, it was like a 50-50 split before, correct?
We've been saying that, but we have discovered that has not been true recently.
Oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense though, because Upper Deck gets 98.9% of the profit selling it on Epac versus a distributor cut the traditional way. Like I from a business perspective, I get it. It just sucks that the servers aren't better.
Norm, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's exactly it. It's all based on rumor, but logic would, tell you that there's going to be more on Epac than there is in physical, especially with how David Adams, Steel City, all these guys basically charged quite a bit for the boxes, quite a bit, and then would, sell out and then put them up for more money, sell out, and then even more money. So I know Upper Deck knows that for a fact. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's looking at that being like, well, let's give them more physical. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means, but it does make sense to have it on Epac, and it is nice to have that accessibility to it, in my opinion. I feel bad because I'd love to go to a card shop and buy a box. I really would, but like, how many of us have been to a card shop and asked for Marvel cards and are basically like, oh, I don't know what they are. I have to go look in the back in the Neverland that they never get them because they don't sell them. You know what I mean? So
That was every time I go to GameStop and ask for their Marvel card.
The Marvel Legends, yeah. You looked at like a freak.
I have a question about, because I'm kind of an Epac noob. I bought a couple single packs of X-Men Metal, but not anything crazy. If you buy like a case on Epac, do you actually have to open it all at the time of purchasing, or can you? I know you can't resell it as a sealed, air quotes, sealed product. But if I purchase a case, is it something that's like, okay, cool, like I want to attempt to not be a degen and maybe just open like a box a day for a week, or is that not an option when you purchase like a full
you can do a
case?
pack a day?
Oh,
You
okay.
go by pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's really nice about it, all you're guaranteeing when you're buying a case are case hits.
Gotcha.
So think about it that way. Like when you buy a box, you're guaranteeing yourself a box.
Whatever the box hits, whatever the box odds are.
You get what you're owed.
And that's really, you get what you're owed, which I think is super important about Epac. And the achievements are really important. Like honestly, and for everybody out there who's gonna, I've mentioned this on other channels, Spidey has, Neo has, but like, there's no depending what you're hunting for in this set, just wait. Once everybody does those achievements and has a bunch of cards they redeemed, if you did the Marvel Unbound, you're noticing now you can pretty much get a lot of cards far cheaper than they were when they were being released week to week. Just wait. If you want a full set of Spider-Man metal, don't break the bank for it. Wait until after Epac. Wait until everybody gets their achievements. They're going to fly onto ComC and eBay and just tick them off the box then. There's no rush. Unless you're hunting for that big card, there's no rush.
Yeah.
I've got
Go ahead.
Oh, I've got a foolish question. So about Epac, they're opening the packs for you. You are getting the physical product. Has there ever been like are there issues with when you receive the product and you look at it and you're like, who handled this card? This card is damaged. Or like, is that something weird that someone else is handling the card after it's been opened before it is yours, although you've already paid for it? Isn't that odd?
So what happens, and this is in partnership with ComC, which do a very good job. Basically, all the products is opened before it even hits Epac. And it's all organized and categorized. And what you're seeing the pictures on when you open the pack and you look at the cards is the scan of the card. What I do is I always save those pictures. If it's a high-end card, obviously, I save those pictures because they'll have a serial number on them or they'll be specific enough usually. The big cards, you see pictures of them. The cards that have like thousands and thousands and thousands prints of, you're seeing one copy, obviously. But, there is a way to get around that. And, you could, and Upper Deck's like customer service is really great. So you can hit them up and they'll replace it. They're really just awesome. And they'll replace it and you won't have to wait long and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, like these right here, these sketch cards that were for Unbound, which was an Epac achievement, you see it's in a penny sleeve and a top loader, and you can look at the corners.
We're looking at the actual card.
Gauge it from there. Yeah.
And this is a one-of-one sketch card. They didn't make a copy. of this. This is the actual photo of the actual card, and the owner of this can have it shipped
Right.
home, or they can leave it right here on
Right.
Epac for as long as they want.
Yeah. And there's
And
something
in
really
that,
smart.
yeah.
Yeah. Really smart about leaving certain cards on Epac because people are hunting achievements still. So there is a really good like investor kind of like seller kind of thing going on there. You know what I mean? There's
Absolutely.
good
So, yeah.
strategies.
That's very interesting.
go,
So
Neo.
your product, your collection does not have to get shipped to you. It could remain wherever they store it for Epac. And if there's someone to trade with or someone that wants to purchase it, well, this would be the easiest way to facilitate that, right? Like if you buy a bunch
Exactly.
of crypto, you can keep it on Coinbase, you could take it offline. You know, keep it on Coinbase, you can actually still trade every day, and this allows that. So this is almost like NFT stuff, except there is a physical component because you can have it mailed to you if you want it to be mailed to you.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Now, for the Epac achievements, like Spider-Man Metal, like what do we think? Do we know what the achievement will be, or a best guess at what the achievement will actually be to like unlock a 9-panel cover, or how does that stuff typically work with them?
Go ahead, Norn.
So usually what happens here, so if you're looking at what Justin's showing you now, you can go to an older pack of cards, and you can go to Marvel Ages, for instance, and he's in the shop right now. So if he went all the way down, he's going to open one up for us. So if you hit Marvel there, and then you know,
It's in
those
collect.
are all the things you collect.
Right.
There you go. View
Go to
achievements.
product.
You see that? You go to collect and view achievements. And what basically is going to happen here, you don't get any warning. Once it releases on Epac, you go to view achievements and you can see how they have it all laid out for you. So they'll have a tab like this, and they'll say, you know, Doctor Strange achievement avatar. That's crap. So you want to go down, and you're looking for like physical achievement cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll look at this one.
Yeah. There you
So,
go. So that's
if
the
I
card
get
you
one
would
more
get.
card, if I get, well, we lost all of it. I'm 49 and 50 of that card, and if I get one more, I can see how it says 49 and 50, and then I
And
can
it tells you
redeem it.
what to do right in the text there as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
And then this card is not in a pack. You can only get it if you achieve it through completing the full set. And it's another way that Epac, you know, drives people to open more packs. But it's also a good way to get it is to trade. Like I don't need to open another. Well, these are sold out, so I have to trade for it. But
A lot of people will lock certain cards too, so that when you go to, like, let's say Spider-Man Metal comes out, and you need a really crappy card to complete for the achievement, right? Like something that nobody would ever think, like, I don't know, I'll pull a character out of the air, a card of Spot from Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, pull that one out
wants, right? Just
like I have
randomly.
this one locked because it's my only one I got.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what people will do is that they'll unlock cards closer to the release to get some of those crappier cards in a hurry in order to make that achievement, because that achievement could be limited to maybe like 5 or 3 people can achieve this achievement. So that's always really good for the, you know, for the collector too, because hey, now you get a really cool card for a card you don't really care about because you're nowhere near that achievement anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So essentially, once it goes live on Epac, it'll be a race for those big 9-panel achievements and whatever else they got stashed away in there of people just ripping cases and cases and cases to get that stuff as fast
You'll
as
know
possible.
You can't transfer anything to Epac. So there's really no reason to know beforehand before the product hits, because you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, once it hits, though, people are going to be clicking on that thing as fast as possible to see, like,
it's going to be a race to get the, well, see, that's the thing about the Spider-Man achievements is the AF-15 is the crown jewel, but they basically took every amazing AMS cover and turned it into a 9-panel.
Yeah, I mean, they ran down that list, and it was every key Spider-Man issue pretty much ever made.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a list? I didn't even know there was a list yet.
It's,
I thought
it's on the podcast.
It's not in written form.
I'll send you a link.
I actually went through most of them on my video and actually show you the cover on my.
Yeah, that was a good video.
What Upper Deck said, but yeah, to get even like 316 first cover appearance of Venom, he's Skull Drug and
an ASM 300. I mean,
I can't even imagine.
Dude, I need to get the 3. Hey, did they rip up any newsstands? Is there going to be a corner card with the barcode on it? I need that.
So now you have your own variant chase of it, Because what if it
Oh
was a new
man, this is a
Sam?
problem. This is why
This
this is why Amanda said don't get me in here. This is why Amanda said leave
Yep.
Manu out of the new
She
stuff.
did.
It's-
She did.
all right.
Keep Manu safe.
All right, I'm going to open up a pack real quick.
Man.
For educational
Ooh.
purposes.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Let's
So
do it.
I'm clicking to open one pack. That's all I've got. But if
But
it was a
tax
box
write-off,
or a
what?
case, this is definitely a tax write-off. And
Everything's a tax write-off when you're a content creator.
Hey,
don't-
that's true. Actually, that's kind of like legitimately. true.
I said
That's
I always
so
joke
true.
mail day should just be renamed tax write-off days.
okay, so these cards actually do have digital. So these are actually digital, and you can turn 10 of them into something. Like if I got 10 of
Into
the
a physical
A-bombs,
card.
it could become a physical card. But Magma here is a physical card, and you can tell because
It's in a penny sleeve and top loader,
and it's
Yeah.
the,
Okay.
the actual card. Okay.
off centered on the back.
Yeah. And look, we got a little something kind of 90s here.
Tom Warner.
Saturday morning cartoons.
That's cool. I like it. I dig
Yeah.
that. I like that old school television. That's awesome.
And that's it. Then no hits.
Oh,
Yeah, it's $8 down the drain. But there you go. And then you can see these are your new cards here and all that kind of stuff. But
What set did we just open? What was this pack?
Ages, it was the one that I said that I'm not into
Oh, yeah.
because the quality's not great. But
There's
it's all
some
that's
inserts
there.
from Ages I really love. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just buy inserts. I wouldn't, like, a lot of people post their hits from Ages, but I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people like get super consistent luck with Ages, so I don't know if it's worth.
kind of
Yeah,
an entry level product, isn't it?
Yeah, the inserts don't feel like that, but the set as overall does. It's very strange because the inserts are, I think,
Well,
some of the coolest
But
ones. I've
because
ever
of the print runs is why it's 1 in 300. It doesn't actually
Yeah.
make it rare
No.
because of how much there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that product.
Yeah. With Spider-Man Metal, there's going to be platinum portraits. There's going to be
Z Power,
Z-Force, I think is the
Z-Force,
proper term.
Whoever pulls
And-
the Spider-Man Platinum portrait will be sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah, and here's the thing. They said platinum portraits are going to be in the retail packs too.
Wonder what the print run on it ends up being. I think X-Men Metal, it was about 24, give or take, per card. Isn't that what best guess was?
I think it's like 26 or 28 per card. Like
I'm trying
I'm
to figure it out because I pulled one.
I did the numbers on. I got the Gambit and did the numbers on that, and with a buddy of mine, JD, who helped me. It was like 28 for each portrait, but I don't know if Spider-Man's bigger. I'm assuming
Swaggle.
Spider-Man.
Hey, 9.9. We got
Yo.
Swaggle in the house.
Yo, what's going on? I know his channel too. I watch him on YouTube.
Swaggle is the reason I got back into Marvel cards.
No
Oh,
way.
wow.
He was, yeah. Okay.
He just got his PSA submission back the other day.
Did he? Yes, and I need to watch that video. I have it saved to watch.
He got beat up a little bit. Spoilers.
How did his blade do? Yeah, from
Yeah.
93, bricked so much, but it's funny. So
Well, he
I'm
got a
getting-
bunch of 90 MU back.
Is it
Okay.
pronounced Swaggle House or is it just
Oh,
a fancy way
man.
of spelling Swaggle House?
I say Swaggle Hoss, but
I always say Swaggle Haas too. I usually just say Swaggle, but
Swaggle. But I'm
I'm
pretty
not
sure
sure.
that's how he
Swaggle.
says it.
I'm going Swaggle because I don't want to be wrong. It's probably Haas, and I'm going to say House, and I'm going to feel like a dummy. So it's Swaggle.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I did a really fun. They did a comic book Illuminati panel a couple months ago that I was on with those guys. I missed the last one because I had stupid COVID, so I couldn't do it. But
Well, it's funny. I'm Nia, you don't know this, the other guys do, but I'm getting ready to rebrand the channel. I'm going to move away. Well, I was
well,
working
yeah, we
on it,
talked about this.
but I've decided on what I'm going to do, and it's going to
What
be
you settle on?
it's going to be Spidey Hits, HITS, Spidey Hits.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to go by Spidey. And
I think we were going back and forth. I think I said, like, why don't you just go Spidey J? And you're like, oh, I didn't really think about that.
yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I mean, if I, would have started there, but in that video, I mentioned Swaggle Hoss because I'm doing a Spidey Jew review, and then I'm going to do the release of going under the new brand. And so he's in the video. Don't worry, Norton, you are too.
No,
my favorite line, my favorite swaggleism is, and what is the significance of this book? in all his comic book videos.
And
I always
yeah.
catch myself. I'll do a comic book video on occasion on the channel, and I'll be like, "What is the significance of this book?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry, Swaggle." Your catchphrase.
Royalties.
Yeah.
That's all. Just got to kick back something.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Ryan,
by the way, for those who are watching us live, if you're not following PWCC Marketplace, their YouTube channel, please do. About every 2 weeks, we're doing we're calling it the Hobby Masters now, but we've done 3 Marvel card videos on that channel that I think are really good. And yeah, be sure to check it out. It's good. It's good stuff. But Sketch Card and I did, well, mainly him. I just sat pretty in the background, but
not true.
he dropped a ton of knowledge on Marvel sketch cards. Please check it out if you want to learn more about them.
And so everyone knows, Ryan, that gentleman there, for him to say that is a huge honor, because the things he has in his collection dwarfs anything, most collections I've ever seen. No, it's insane.
Wow.
It's insane. He has, I can't say what he has because I don't want to put him out there, but
yeah,
it's crazy. Crazy.
Only I put everyone on blast without their permission.
Yeah,
Very nice of you, my friend.
9.9 does it all the time.
I'm gonna sneak out, but I got a quick question. I know we talked about this a little bit offline. So, who's in for the national? Is everybody in here? Or are you in?
I'm in.
You're in.
I'm in.
Okay. You guys have
All right,
accommodations booked yet?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Are
I
you
don't have
in?
any. I don't have anything booked. So
I would not. I would not wait much longer, at least to get a hotel room locked in. I think
that's why I haven't acted, because I have a room. In fact, I'm pretty committed to staying there. You know, our friend that lives in Atlantic City, Norn.
Oh, you're gonna stay with Billy?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's brave. Yeah, I didn't want to sleep with him.
Him and his 2 dogs. Yeah,
I love
What
Billy.
just
I love Billy to
happened?
death. No, but watch me open. He's awesome. He's like
He
one of the
really
best
is.
people in the world. I just have to mess with him because he always
I
messes.
didn't realize he was AC.
yeah.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And so that's probably where I'm going to stay. And
He was trying to keep that under wraps, guys.
Now he's knocking on that door.
Right. Hey, look at Charles. I don't mind sharing a bed with 6 dudes. We already knew that, Charles.
Yeah, well, you showed us that in Atlanta.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm not
Kept
saying
talking about being a big spoon.
Never called, but whatever.
I tell you, if I ever had to sleep with a dude, Charles would qualify. So, like in a bed.
This is
Yeah,
fantastic.
if you don't have accommodations locked in yet, I would not hesitate on that much longer.
Well,
Come hang out with me and
funny
Billy.
Graded gamer Amanda talked me into. She's in the hotel. God, I don't remember the hotel, but she forced me. She was like, "Listen, okay," because I'm lazy and I'm last minute. But she was like, "Get the hotel today," and I was like, "All right." So I'm set. I haven't done the plane ticket, but I got a place.
I think a lot of us are in the Borgata. I know I'm in the Borgata. Flipping Steve's in the Borgata. Boston Personal Finance Dad.
Graded gamer and we're in the Tropicana, something like that.
Yeah, it's what
It's whatever.
The Atlantic City thing. The Atlantic City situation for the National is less than ideal. That's not my
It's a
favorite
mess.
place.
Like everything was like gone.
Neo, see if you can come to HeroCon.
Where is it?
Charlotte.
When is
June
it?
23rd, I think.
Yeah. So it's not a straight card show. It's like a comic book card show. We're gonna just do. There's gonna be like a huge MCCW hangout. It's gonna be a huge trade night and a huge like Marvel card focus kind of thing, but it's not a card show. It's like a comic book show. So it's one of the biggest comic book shows on the East Coast.
You said June 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
My wife loves Charlotte, so she wouldn't say.
Yeah,
you guys be near me, man.
I'll have to. Yeah, that's your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'm only an hour and a half away from you guys. Nice. If you guys show up,
yeah, so I'll send you the hotel that we're staying at. The Norton sent me.
Is it at a hotel? Like, is it at a hotel, or is it like in a convention center? Like, is there a hotel attached situation, or
thing? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't look that deeply.
You guys don't have to wait a live stream. You can send it to me later.
Yeah,
I
don't want to derail
the
live
June 24th
hotel accommodation.
And it's a convention center, so Charlotte Convention Center. So
I'll have to reach out to Reggie Collects and see if he's planning on going that.
Oh, that'd be really cool to meet up with him.
I've never met him before. I mean, I've talked to him a ton, but he's in that area. I don't know where he lives exactly.
Swaggle Hall's going to be there.
Somewhere.
Is he still here? Swaggle Halls? Are you going?
Swaggle's
across the
California, so
country.
that would be a hike.
Yeah, but he travels some. I've seen him buy comic books in
That's true.
Canada.
Have you checked airline tickets lately?
I have. I just got back from Cali.
Yeah. You might be better off driving the AC, Norm.
How
How far of a drive is that for you? It can't be further than Atlanta.
I
think it is.
I actually got a direct flight. It was like
I'm driving from Ohio. You could drive from North Carolina.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
7 hours for me.
I would drive for 7 hours for sure.
It's not worth, with the way flights are getting canceled left and right these days. It's just not worth the hassle. How long is it?
All right, we don't have to plan the trip on the live.
5 hours, 9 minutes.
Oh, that's easy.
Dude,
That's nothing.
2 tanks of gas, man.
That's not bad. I'm actually gonna do that. You might be right.
5 hours is nothing. I used to drive to Los Angeles 4 times a month, 7-hour drive.
It would be an aggressive trip. Hey, Norn, I'll tell you this. If you drive, I'll fly to Charlotte and ride with you. It's actually cheaper for me.
Oh, damn. Yes, then done. Done deal.
The content road trip. I can already see it now.
Yeah.
Them stopping at gas stations and getting 50-cent hot dogs off the roller things and making content off of it.
He's going to get mad. He's like, why are we stopping at every Walgreens for you to look at a Marvel Legend?
You think I'm going to get mad at that? We're buying everything.
Yeah. Dude, if Spiderman Metal hits retail by the end, its retail stops the whole way there.
They don't make it to the National.
It's going to be Fear and Loathing, but on cards. It's going to be a very strange trip.
Doesn't make it to National, picks up 3 retail blaster boxes.
Yeah, what if Spider-Man Metal drops that weekend and you guys are stopping at every Target and Walmart on the East Coast?
That's actually better.
Yeah,
we'll clean house.
You know where Spider-Man Metal's not going to be is at the National. So yeah, that makes
it could be. You don't know. I mean, right? I mean, based off the timing, there's a potential.
I hear you, but in what little conversation I've had with Upper Deck, I don't see them thinking of Marvel cards at National that way. But
no, I'm not saying it would release like at the National, but there's a real chance it comes out pretty close to the National.
Oh yeah,
right?
No, to your point, yes, cool. Yeah, you're talking about the calendar.
It's late July. I mean, 1st of August. So
I suspect it will be out. Yes,
I'm just saying David Adams and Steel City have extremely large booths there, and they may have some product on site.
All right, we're gonna leave early, Norm.
I got
you guys there Wednesday night. All right, guys, I'm gonna sneak out of here. Thanks for letting me pop
stopping on Neo.
Nice hanging with you, my man. Be good.
I'll catch you guys later. Bye, chat.
Yes, oh man,
he's
what a
always
trip.
Blast. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So you've been
watching? Was that your
the
first time talking to him, 99?
Yeah. The only encounter I've ever had with him was never an actual encounter. It's just watching his content through the screen, because he was killing it with the Marvel stuff when Marvel started to bubble early last year. You know, he was on it. He was on it.
Here's what's funny,
and obviously that's what he does. You know,
I want to talk about this just for a second.
That's how I know him.
So Swaggle Halls he's a comic book channel, right? He's done a few Marvel card videos. Then you have Jim Mint, who's primarily a sideshow and comic book channel, but has a few Marvel card videos.
Yeah.
You have Neo, who's a sports card channel, has a few Marvel card videos. Go look up their most watched videos.
They're the Marvel card videos? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. 60,000 views on Swaggle Hall's video for Marvel cards. That's awesome.
Wow.
I haven't checked Neo's in a long time.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No. I was going to change the subject a little bit, but I want to keep talking about that. No, that's terrific that their content around Marvel cards does so tremendously well, because that kind of speaks to our conversation earlier today. Just generally, though, when we were saying our cards slept on. Well, yeah, a lot of that audience is watching those videos. A lot of them haven't gotten into it like that yet, like in terms of buying and actually participating, but they are loving Marvel cards, you know? So, because sometimes, Justin, you and I talk and we talk about how the Marvel community is like a couple thousand, right? But then if the views are in the tens of thousands, there's people out there that haven't jumped in physically yet. And so they should soon, I think.
When I started making my content, you know, I was averaging, you know, a few thousand, 3,000-4,000 views on Marvel Legends. And then I was like, you know, I'm going to make Marvel card content. And it went to 200 to 300. And that was it. And it's slowly built since then. But it's interesting to look at their channels who have, you know, a really good viewer base already built in because of comic books, and it becomes their most watched video. So I think it's
There's
still
not a lot of
speaks to the
information
potential.
about Marvel. I mean, like Marvel cards before all of this was super quiet. Like honestly, Upper Deck was making Marvel cards primarily for us.
Yeah.
Like I gotta be
Right.
honest, like it was weird. Like, you know, we were the only people buying Marvel product. Like no and any there was no outside interest at all. Like if you look at the original MCU stuff, like the first Iron Man set by Rittenhouse,
Mhm.
dude, there's a Robert Downey Jr. Autograph card. There's like on-screen memorabilia cards on there. I mean, there was like tons of stuff that was purely for collectors. And when Upper Deck started doing stuff like that too, it was just very much like no one cared, right? No one cared about having an on-card autograph. The actors didn't care. And then it got really big and licenses and all this other stuff. But this stuff was really primarily to like our age group who had money. It wasn't for kids anymore. It was premium product. And now this has been so great because so many more people have come in that it's going to finally get back into retail stores. They're trying to make it accessible to kids.
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to see in such a short amount of time that market, the audience of that market has moved incredibly fast.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
thing that I
I
thought
agree,
was
yeah.
sorry, the thing that I thought was so special in the podcast that Upper Deck did with you, Norn, is he said Spider-Man Metal was like the first product that they actually had time to digest what was going on in the marketplace because of how COVID stopped everything. And so they were literally watching eBay sales and seeing what inserts were doing what and how people were reacting to, you know, certain things, because historically they're preparing card sets, you know, 2 years in advance. And so normally they would be 2 years ahead right now and not looking back. But this gave them a chance to like take a deep breath and go, okay, how did X-Men Metal do? How do people react to it? And then go back to the drawing board with Spider-Man Metal and in a sense kind of perfect it, right? To what the market wants. And to me, that's part of what's going to make Spider-Man Metal so special.
It really
It's
is.
refined.
And like
Mhm.
it's refined. And like they were really listening to collectors. I mean, when X-Men Metal came out and had all those like QC issues, like quality control issues, dude, there were meetings in the group. They were hitting me up. Like I was
Mhm.
talking to them. Like it was, they were talking to Spidey. I mean, it was a pretty serious, like, all right, we're not happy with this. This was a horrible pandemic crap type of thing that happened with the printing. This is, you know, was totally out of our control, but we still feel like it's our responsibility. And they went back and made sure that Spider-Man Metal and others, you know, card sets to come out are beautiful, are, you know, are going to be very different, you know. I don't know. It's pretty exciting stuff.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I don't want to get, I know I get we content creators, blah, 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 get accused of hyping people, but we're just excited about it. Like,
Yeah, man. It's going to be
I'm
fun.
not, I actually would tell you that, you know, you could, if you're not careful, you'll lose money. Like hear that, you know, but I'm also really excited about opening it and
Yeah.
it's just seeing what cards I hit, what Spider-Man cards I hit.
That's going to be
Absolutely.
crazy.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it now. 2 weeks ago, I didn't know this set existed or any of these new sets that are coming out. Now we're talking about Spider-Man Metal. I'm learning about the achievements. I can't believe that someone cut up an Amazing Fantasy 15. You know,
And
I'm
an AMS 3, an AMS 9, an AMS 13. It goes on and on.
are you guys trying to get the comic book people to not like cards? Like people are gonna cry when they hear this. This is not the way to get us in.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because they've been doing this for some time now. So, you know, in Marvel Beginnings 2011, I think was the first card set that did comic book panels. Or maybe there was an Avengers set. I don't quite remember. Might have been an Avengers set with much bigger cards. It was like 5x7s. But they've been doing this for a while with pretty expensive books. So in Upper Deck's budget, they would actually put aside some cash in order to buy books for a while and build up a library. And there's a lot of artistry that goes into it where they would look at the pages. And remember, the comic book pages, you know this, they're double-sided. So
Right.
once you pick one image, you basically say to the second page, it's never to be used because it has a bunch of holes in it. So it's really carefully being cut up. We spoke to one of the guys on the podcast who actually did the cutting for the cards.
Wow.
and the selection process, and they're beautiful. I mean, beautiful cuts. You know what I mean? And they did some modern issues. They have some vintage issues in the back stock, and they're very low grade. And you know, at the time that they bought these issues, nobody was looking at them. They've been sitting at Upper Deck for a long time. So
Got it.
now that the value's gone up, they make less of them. You know what I mean? And the cards become super unique. I have a Surfer one here I can show you.
Yeah, please.
So while he's doing that, I just went and grabbed our, you know, these are our 95 metal that we enjoy
Yeah.
so much. Sorry for
Yeah.
the glare,
Yes.
but we love these
Oh yeah, I
cards.
love that card. Yeah, absolutely.
The Vampire Wolverine, alternate M,
Sick.
right? Little
Oh, I'm
Jean
not
Grey
even
action.
familiar with that card. What? The Vampire
Yeah.
Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah. But you see that metal logo at the bottom, how it's
Yeah.
okay, and you see the metal logo here, how it's thick.
Yeah.
The first time this ever showed up on a card was in Marvel, 1995. It didn't show up on another card until 97 in NBA's PMGs with the green and
Wow.
reds for Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you know, the Grail card, so to speak.
Wow.
So it's
okay.
first
Oh,
Marvel.
yeah.
And these are the exact same logos that are going to be in Spider-Man metal.
Right. And that's what they were advertising in that ad that you found on the inside of the cover page of the.
Exactly.
What was that price guide? Who released that price guide?
That's called
non-sport
non-sport
The-
update.
Update. Right.
Yep. And so these, what are we looking? Oh, we're looking at a comic cut.
So that's a comic cut. That's like when you're in sports, you're getting a jersey card or whatever, game worn. You know, this
Right.
is a comic book.
Yep. But here's the thing about the AMS 15. I mean, the Amazing Fantasy 15. They bought that comic book in a unique time period where it was down. The price was down. You remember, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
They went out there and like, hey, we'll go ahead and just buy one of these really clean copies of an AF-15 while the price is down. Because when they're building these sets, they only have a certain budget, right? Like they can't go spend 80 grand on a comic book to cut it up. I don't know what they paid for, but it was at a good time. And then they held it for how many years, Norm? 4 or 5
I think
years?
it was 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Like they just held it and then
They just had it.
and they were
Always
like-
knew that they were going to use it for something, but
Yep.
yeah.
And so they're only cutting that book up once. And that's it.
They're not buying another one. That's one time.
Mhm.
Like a lot of the key things, like one time, that's over. They're not going to go back and be like, well, let's do it again. I don't think cards will ever be. I mean, they could be that expensive where Warren's buying an A15, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think this is going to happen again. I think this is a one-time. It will be in metal, Spider-Man metal, and then it's also going to be in beginnings.
Yep. Super cool.
Very cool, actually, like insanely cool. And it's just interesting for me to think about, like, what's the value of those cards going to be? Like, there's two elements that are going to not determine the value, but play into the value. There's more, but the fact that people are going to compare it, Justin, like you do, to the price of just the cover of an AF-15. You use that as one metric to kind of get a baseline of what might influence the price of these cards. But then the other thing that's going to influence the price of these cards is just how the price of rare cards work. So they are a card, but they also have an AF-15 in them. You have this duality to what's going to increase the value, right?
Mhm.
Like, this is just going to be exciting to find out what happens. I do need to figure out how to get a box, and I'll get one. I'll probably end up paying 3 times what I'm supposed to, because I'm not going to be like, on the cutting edge, but I'll grab it as soon as I can.
Well, you have a couple of guys help guide you as much as we can.
I
And
appreciate it.
here's what I think is interesting about the 9 panels specifically, because you mentioned what I compared it to. Those covers, in my view, they're kind of like damaged books, and all that was left is a cover, and they graded it.
Mhm.
That's not what this is. This was a perfectly good book that, to hear them talk about it, would have graded like a 7.5. Okay. And
Wow.
they cut it up beautifully, and then they put it into, they put it into a licensed Marvel product that it had to be something to hit this achievement. Let me build this up a little bit. The achievement likely will be you have to complete all of the achievements. So if they have 8 different achievements, you'll have to complete all 8 of them, which are not easy. And then you're going to randomly get one of the 9 panels, of which it sounds like there's going to be like 60 of them, maybe more. So someone's going to complete all the achievements, which probably means they spent 50 grand on Epac
or more.
Or more. Don't hurt my feelings, Norn.
Sorry. Less.
And then they're going to randomly get a 9 panel. They don't know which one they're going to get. And so then it's going to be a race to see who gets the AF-15.
Because it'll be random.
Because it'll be
like, and it'll be like,
it's not who completes it first, more than likely. And it's not only one person can get it. It's going to be
random.
It's going to be intense, man. It's going to be intense.
So I think
cool to see what happens.
I think you usually walk away with, a solid 5-figure value immediately. It's because of what it's going to cost to even accomplish it.
And that's happened in the past too. There is some, this won't happen with this particular achievement, but some achievements have had the like negative effect. Like I think about Marvel Anime. Marvel Anime was, which I think is a huge set, by the way. Volume 2 is going to come out and it's going to have a different artist, but I think Marvel Anime is definitely on the same level as like Marvel Masterpieces. I just think it's going to be a staple set for Marvel cards. Mm-hmm. But they did all 4 printing plates in an achievement. So like you could get like the Spiderman, all 4 printing plates all the way, already won. Some of the big characters sold, but a lot of them just sat on eBay for a long time because people wouldn't buy them for the price that people had put into Epac, right? So someone put in so much money, they were like, well, these printing plates have to be this much money because this is how much I've spent to do it, right? And eventually that wasn't the case because some characters are not as big and all that stuff. But what I am excited to see about Spider-Man Metal is that all of their comic book choices, each one is significant. You know what I mean? That's going to be the exciting thing about running for that achievement. Like you get that Venom book or, Scorpion or Doc Ock for, first appearance cover type of thing. Like that's
somebody's going to get the first tarantula though.
I see that's yeah.
Somebody's getting that cover. Nor any idea print run for these sets that you can speak to?
It depends what set. So print runs for sets are, there's a bunch of math that is put into it called clown math because they have to do it based on the hits and like pack that we do get. Yeah, so there is a lot of stuff, and there are people who do this really well and get really close to that number. Like I was telling Neo about the platinum portraits for X-Men, maybe like 28 of each or 30. I don't have a set number for you. Obviously when you have cards that are numbered in a set like this, there is a way to tell, but I don't have an answer for you. Not a legit answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty sure that X-Men Metal had 36,000 boxes. I think that number has been pretty
I don't remember. I'm sure you're right. Yeah,
I'm sure you're right. Pretty well vetted. And looking at the hits and the numbers on this one, I'm thinking no more than 45, but I don't know. I don't know how they're.
That's probably right.
Yeah, not enough. I certainly feel that way.
Not enough. Yes.
Yep. Oh, you're right on time, Andrew. Don't do that. You're good.
Heck yeah, Andrew. Whenever you get here is right on time.
He's like he's a wizard. He arrives precisely when he means to.
I love it.
Gandalf.
Like Gandalf.
Yes, I'm excited. And Manu, sorry to drag you into a Spider-Man Metal conversation all afternoon.
No, it's all good. I do want to talk to you about some other card stuff. Whenever we have a moment, I want to talk to you about your the video that you did the other day when you had when you did the grade reveal. First of all, it was you and a lot of your friends and your brother.
Yeah.
You guys were all together, and you guys are having a great day. And I ended up jumping into the live video at what I thought was the perfect time. I had no idea how long it was going, and I saw that it was live. I jumped in, and you guys were just about to do the unveiling of your brother's grades, and you had a nice amount of time making fun of him a little bit
Sorry if
because there was
I went a little hard.
no, it was so nice to see, right? It was nice to see how good of a time you were having, the energy in the
Yeah.
room, you know, it was really just, it was alive. It was a great time. And then I watched, okay, so the first 10 that I saw you hit was the 94 Flair Spider-Man. Like, what a
Yeah.
beautiful card, right?
Yeah.
Then I saw the Wizard Spawn 10 hit, and I was like, well, this die cut Wizard Spider-Man card's got to show up. The whole video, I didn't see a die cut Wizard
Wasn't
Spider-Man
in there,
card.
was it?
Where'd it go?
It's
What are
got-
you doing
it-
to me?
It's got to be in the other submissions then.
All right, but I enjoyed the whole video. I saw you hit you hit the metal Spidey 10.
I hit the metal Spidey 10. I did.
That was sick. There were a few other 10s. You hit a lot of like the dual character 10s, like Spidey against someone sort of thing. And
Yep,
I think
Spidey and Venom, Spidey and Craven. Yeah.
so. What do you think was happening with all the 8s? And you know what's hilarious? You would hit a 10 on something and then a 6 on the same card, and you would make a joke. You would poke fun at yourself about it.
Yeah.
Like, but what was
Yeah, I'm
happening
such a
with
great
all the
grader. I've
8s
got a
out of
great
this
eye.
thing?
Yeah. Well, so specifically, there was 2 submissions, one for 65 cards, one for 23 cards. Okay.
Mhm.
Had those cards that were submitted in the 23 submission been in the 65, I guarantee you they would have been 10s. Guarantee.
So yeah,
Those cards that were in that 23 submission was I did those separately because they were actually the better cards. And
the 23 card submission.
we got nothing. The highest grades were 9s.
Interesting.
So whoever was grading that, they didn't grade at the same time. They actually shipped at the same time, but they didn't go through the process at the same time. And 2 different submission slips, blah blah blah, 2 different boxes they came in, all that stuff. And I feel very confident whoever that was just a very difficult grader. And it really hurts my feelings because that had the 94 Black Panther gold sig in it.
Mhm.
That I have a feeling, and I'm probably going to do it. If I crack it and resubmit it probably does pretty well, you know.
What grade did it land on this time? I don't
On a
recall.
9. It was
Oh, it was
the
a-
highest grades
okay.
I got in that 23 card submission was 9s, and 2 of the Black Panthers got that.
Okay.
My-
Crack it, send it. Crack it and send it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I hit a Kobe, not a rookie, a Kobe card that only has a
Yeah.
pop 23 at a PSA 10.
I remember you did hit some Kobe's.
I was
yeah.
shocked at that. I've got to
Wow.
look more into that card. I'm not a sports card guy, but the biggest issue is how, yeah. So we're talking about the print run and how to calculate it. Yeah. The Epac, I think, is getting more and more difficult to make it where you can calculate it because they are doing more digital in the physical packs. That's for sure. My pop says Marvel Surgeon General warning on the pack may cause addiction, bankruptcy, divorce, and homelessness. Caution, limit yourself to 1 pack per week and stay away from Epacs.
I love it. I love it. For some reason, what that made me think of, because it was like, you know, like it was like legal, but in a comedic way. Did you guys all see the email or the thing that came from eBay today, where they're like, everybody, come on, we got to fight this whole taxation thing? Did you guys get that notification?
No, I did not. Tell me
It
about
popped up. You know, so on eBay in the messages, I got a message from eBay, and it was really nice to see. And then it said, guys, the government's screwing us. You know, we used to not have to send you this form unless you unless you sold more than 20 grand. And now they want us to send you this nonsense if you spend over 600. We know all of this. I'm being
Mhm.
redundant. But the verbiage in it was so nice because it was like, listen, guys, this is going to be a headache for all of you, right? If you bought a bicycle 4 years ago for 1,200, you sold it for 800, you actually don't owe anything on that money because you didn't make any money, but you're still going to have to deal with this paperwork. This is nonsense. We want you to go over here, sign this petition, and pass this thing through Congress so we can all go back to having a good time. Now, for eBay, I get why they're doing that. Their business probably tanked. Like, to a degree, they can already see the effect of it. I mean, I personally am selling much less on eBay because what's my incentive? I can find my buyer. I have relationships. I don't pay any fees. I know the person personally. I'm not going to get a return. What's the incentive? I love eBay. But if you're going to make it this hassle and it's going to be a pain and I got to be scared of what I keep track of, well, it's not that fun anymore. And a big part of us doing this is having fun. We are talking real money, but we're talking about having fun, because I can go sell something I don't love too, but that's work. This is better. So don't turn it into work. And I think eBay realized that, because their business was affected and they're trying to fight Congress, which I think is awesome.
You bring up such an amazing point. And what I'm thinking about is how the market has shifted downward, because so many sales have moved away from a public platform.
Yeah.
And you know, nor not to drag you into this, but we know of sales that no one has ever heard of publicly. And if they would have been out there, they would have been rah this, break record that, this happened, wow, Marvel cards, but we never told anybody. And we're not going to, right? But if they would have happened on a public forum like eBay or an auction house, it would have likely have had all that impact. And now it stays under the radar.
Yeah. And that's not fair, man. That's not fair. I deal with the same thing from the comic book side. There are books that I have made record sales of and nobody knows about them, because if I did it on a platform, I'd have to pay 10% for what? I have the buyer. The buyer came to me,
right?
You know, but I would use the platform if it didn't have so much stuff associated with it. I mean, this is a bit of a tangent for me for what I'm saying, but I agree with you that it's unfortunate that we have to shy away from platforms because of the disadvantages, because we do need those sales to be publicized. Mm-hmm. We do need those things to be promoted, because from the perspective of somebody that sells relatively high dollar items, sometimes, like if I sell a comic book to someone for $3,000 and the last time that book sold was $2,200, but it's not available anywhere, so I made a deal with someone for $3,000, let's just say. If no one knows about it, the next time it pops up, it might pop up for $2,300, which is going to suck for the person that gave me $3,000 for it.
Right.
These things should be recorded, and it's unfortunate, because I have taken. I mean, like I stopped selling on eBay. I still buy on eBay a lot, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I really have no incentive to sell on eBay, because I've done a good job of building a network as it is. But I was still utilizing eBay to some extent, at least, for selling, and now I'm just not. It's weird. I want to go back to eBay for selling. I like eBay.
Yeah, no, but you're gonna have to deal with the nonsense that comes with it.
I know. At
least you're not dealing with authentication.
We'll see what they end up doing. Dude, that's a whole different thing, right? Like, you sell a card, so what happens? When does the buyer get it? What's this process now with authentication?
Yeah, not to turn this into a long authentication conversation, but basically eBay takes the card, it goes to CGC in Florida right now. There are probably going to be more partners in the future, I suspect, but CGC, someone there, a CGC employee, not an eBay employee, authenticates the card, of which I think they're also building a digital record of, but that's another story. Then the card goes to the buyer. But if it passes through authentication, the seller gets their money before the buyer actually has even looked at the card yet. So if the buyer then opens the card, finds it damaged or not what they thought it was, it's eBay that has to handle it, not the seller.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, but the problem is they're damaging cards.
Oh. They're being put like in the worst loaders of all time, dude. They're basically being put in the grading sleeves when you submit to like PSA and stuff like that, but they don't put any
saver
like,
sort of thing.
Card savers, but they don't put any blue tape or any tape at the top, so the card's just like sliding up in the box.
Yeah, one of the reasons card savers work too is when you take it out of the card, PSA's cutting the card saver. They actually don't reach in and grab the card; they cut it, and the card comes out.
I wondered about that. That's so cool that you told me that, because I was like, does someone really have to like push the thing to make an opening and put their finger in there? Yeah. You know, like what the heck?
I understand, and I haven't seen a video of their process, but my understanding is they cut the card and it slides right on out. They never have to actually like grab the card and pull it out. And so it's just, I like the idea, and I think there's more to it. I think eventually eBay wants you to be able to buy a card, get it authenticated, get it graded, and send it back to eBay. You know, like that's what they want. Smack.
They're gonna have to do trading. Like honestly, the next thing we're gonna see. Anyway, it's gonna get ridiculous. It's just gonna get. Look, so many people are not gonna want to hold their collectibles in their homes anymore, and that's gonna be really interesting. I won't be one of those people because I like my I like my little boxes over here.
Yeah, I mean, our
but-
PC, we got to keep our PC close. We love this stuff.
But I think
Yeah.
a lot of people want to keep things in storage, and they want to keep things at warehouses where they can be insured. They want
Yeah.
to be accountable. I really do think that's where a lot of this stuff is going to go, you know, in terms of like this vaulting obsession that we're having right now. And it makes sense, but it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eBay's, they're taking it on from both sides too, buyer and seller. They're getting quite a bit from a
Mhm.
fee standpoint.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a spot. Yeah.
I've got most of my cards at PWCC right now. So I'm using them for quite a bit.
They're
quite
the
a bit of
vault, right?
They have
Yeah.
the vault.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've even helped me with grading and things like that. So, and so far I've really enjoyed that relationship. I haven't sold anything, and I don't know that I will be selling anything, but so far I like that it's insured, it's there, it's vaulted, and I don't have to stress about, did I properly give my insurance guy the information to insure it if something were to happen at my home.
Right. I want to ask you guys a different card question.
Mhm.
So I've showed this card before. I have no, like, to me, I feel like this is a super awesome card, and so on and so forth. But I just want to get your perspective on it. So obviously you have the 94 Flare, right? Like the 94 Flare
Mhm.
card.
Love it.
We know this one, right? And then there's the Mexico set. And Sketch has seen this card from my Instagram like over a year ago, right? And this, I'm pretty sure, not only is it the only graded one, but it's the only 10.
Yeah.
I mean, is this to me, this is like super sick. Like, it's so cool that this has survived in a 10. Does anyone else care?
So the Mexico, there's a Guatemala. So if you turn back the card, turn it around, you see you know this, but the Pepsi logo there in the corner.
Yeah.
There's a Guatemala one, and there's a
I didn't
Puerto
know that.
Rico one. Yeah. So
Hey,
I'll send you a picture.
Real quick.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, there's a really awesome Discord, Marvel non-sports
Yes.
Marvel card Discord. And these guys, Dan, Swami, and Retrospecs, they run
Love
that
those guys.
Discord.
They're
That's a lot
awesome.
of fun.
Okay.
They're
So,
super
yeah.
cool and super knowledgeable, and I love what they're doing. I need to
don't-
get on there more.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I allowed to shout it out? Like, put the link in the chat. You know, like, let
Swami
people
says
find it.
shout out to the Discord. Oh, he said shout out to the Discord. He didn't
To the
say
Discord.
shout out the Discord.
He
Okay.
didn't tell me
Well,
to, but I am, and
Yeah, we're doing it.
I can't
Well,
I can't during the working hours comment as much as they do, but I like to read it. So
there's something. So there's 4 holograms from that Mexico set. Do you know that?
From the Flare set?
holograms
What
and
about this? What about this
Yeah.
one?
So those
those.
are great. So
I have the
those are great.
Spidey of that.
You have the
So
Spidey?
you
I
do?
want the
That's a good one.
So I have the full base set and the Spidey.
It's just
So
so
those are
cool.
really
They say
awesome.
Pepsi on them.
Yeah, they're cool. They actually when they promoted that set, they actually came with a it's like a giant plastic thing you can put on your wall and put your cards in. I don't know if
think
you've
I've
seen
seen
that.
that.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a
I've seen that on
Fantastic
eBay.
Four one,
Yeah.
and there's an X-Men one. Yeah.
Okay.
The box is nice and expensive. The boxes, it's weird. People hardcore collectors who like collect the stickers, the foreign cards, all that stuff. That Pepsi set is very like, people always try to grab those cards, and they're always in terrible condition.
Terrible. That's why I thought it was so
Always.
cool to grab
There's a
that on a PSA 10. Yeah.
Hey,
There's a Surfer 10 on eBay that I just haven't picked up because I'm holding my money for something else, but they're beautiful, man.
Manu
Wait, can I
does.
ask how much are they asking for the Surfer 10?
No, it's cheap. It's
Yeah,
cheaper
right?
than it should be.
Hey,
cheaper
This
than
is
it
what
should
I'm
be.
saying.
Would
This should
you?
be like a.
Can you pick up
Go ahead.
and turn the back of the PSA 10? Look at it again.
Let me see if I
The
find it.
Mexico one, right?
Yeah. Can see
Yeah.
the? Can you scan the QR code there? No, you can't because of your phone. You're using your phone.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Let me see if
using
I
the
can
phone,
scan it.
yeah.
Here, I can scan it. Hold it up there.
Is it
Work.
up there?
It's trying to work, but it's just not quite picking it up.
Let me do better.
I want to get the pop report on this thing. Well, somebody look up the pop report.
Yeah, we'll just throw the serial number into some website, to PSA site. I'll read the number to you. 440-610-64. I'll write it in the thing.
Yeah, I don't know how to. There's probably a way to.
I don't see it there anymore. It might have sold. I'll have to look for it.
440-610-64. Yeah, my phone is thing. I'm not on the PSA app.
Yeah, I'm really curious what it is. All right.
I hope it's still the only one, or else it's less.
I would imagine it is. That's kind of
yeah. I don't. Those cards are so painfully difficult to get clean, even when you pull them out of packs, and those boxes are not kept right. There's high gloss on those, and they just stick to each other like glue. So, I mean, I consider that a really tough grade to come by, and that's a pretty iconic Venom image too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So the card number 65. What is it? Why is it not telling? Oh, population 1.
Look at that. You got the only one. And it's a great looking
Who
card.
wants to give me $40,000? It's available right now. This is a live
Only?
sale.
Yeah. No, it's only for sale while we're live. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to hold it. So Ranger asked, he's asking a word cloud question again too. Just we had the Wolverine. I did not get into ages, so I don't feel like I have the intellect to comment on it. Oh, I love that one.
Yes, I love that card.
But anything Spider-Man is awesome to me.
I like the word clouds. I like the flavorful. I like the word clouds, and I like the finale too.
I want to see a word cloud. I'm going to Google that real quick. So I
9.9. You got a 35,000 best offer.
Sold. Charles, it's yours,
Charles is
man.
good for it.
Always.
Yeah,
I'm so close. I was 34.5.
I'll ship it to you. You can wire me whenever, but I'll ship it out tomorrow.
That's one V card for him. Just unload one of those. Buy my pattern PSA 10 Punisher so I can move out of this band down by the river.
Down by the river.
Word cloud. Oh, I've never seen any of these word clouds. This is completely new to me. I don't even know what's happening. This is like characters made up
really
of
cool.
a bunch of words. Oh, wow.
And they're foiled too. They like have a hologram kind of look to them. They have like a little foiling.
I do not own one, so I can't even.
Maybe I'm making that up.
Damn! Look at this Venom card. That's insanity.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
I need to pull up the Venom word cloud real quick.
So I love the 94 Flares checklist, right? But that card, I don't have that card in a 10. I need that card.
The Mexico card of that is really tough. Oh wait, big disclaimer. Big disclaimer. There is somebody on eBay who's making custom Mexico versions of those cards. So be careful of that, of the holograms, of the holograms specifically. So you don't have to worry too much. But of the hologram specifically, he says they're something, but they're just customs. They're not real releases.
We're gonna avoid those.
Yeah. I love that Venom. You don't see it very often.
Yeah, there's the Venom.
Yeah, that one. That's sick. My goodness. That's crazy.
I like it. I like them.
I like them.
I'm going to grab some other cards real quick. I got some questions for you guys, for you professionals.
Professionals.
I mean, hobby masters.
No. I just dropped a bunch of cards over there. Wow, that's bad.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, I hate that. Oh, I hate that feeling. I've done it more times than I can.
Like 3 binders just fell over. I'm like, oh, no.
You got 3 binders of cards?
I had probably 20 binders of cards.
Dude, how are you acting like you're not a pro already?
Because you guys know everything. I just collect what
Whoa.
We just
when
said
did 9.9 say he wasn't a pro?
Yeah,
that's horse. That's garbage. I've been talking to you long enough to know you know things.
Well, a little bit about the stuff that I really love. So I want to show you. So I never. Okay, this is one of the this is a Marvel Ages insert, is it not?
Yeah,
copper.
What a sick card! I can't wait to have that in a 10.
The
this the 316 image.
Yeah.
Dope. The 80s, I collected that full set, the 1980s decade set, because they're sick looking cards. They're beautiful.
So
man.
Keep
I love them.
this up.
amazing.
Sick,
If they
sick.
use this Venom image in Spider-Man Metal, and I can get that in a PMG, it's over.
Dude,
It's over.
this is like I have this
I love
thing
that card.
on the look up there.
There it
It's
is.
up there.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a great card. It doesn't even
But-
do justice on the camera. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
And I
Kent.
can't.
Here's my
Later, buddy.
ungraded.
Yeah.
Oh, who left?
Marvel guy 239. He had to
Our
roll.
guy.
See you soon, my man. Have a good night. This is from my childhood, this double impact. And I didn't send this
Wow.
one in, but I bought one off of eBay last year for like $100, sent that one in, and it came back a 9.
Are you
So, or-
serious,
Yeah, so it's the highest graded. There's no 10 in this card.
dude?
It's right
I
here. I'll show you.
have-
Well, it might be in the other box actually.
Just
My
trade it.
my
trade
greatest
you my
stuff's in the
PSA
other
James
box. Man, dude, I'm
Might
so
be.
I can't believe how stupid lucky I am. I still have the only top 1
Yeah.
double impact surfer 10.
Surfer and Cap, and it's
Nice.
It's,
I still can't
it's-
believe it.
Oh man, look at that! It's a 9.
It's a 9. I mean, I want a 10. I knew this wasn't going to 10, but I'm so happy.
Even
it's
in a
9.
9, it's worth it, man. It's double. It's embossed.
You
They're
realize I
miserable
pack
to grade.
pulled,
They're high gloss. They're
Yeah.
So
Pat pulled a
it's
Rogue and Human Torch and got a
tough.
7.
Yo, that one is so expensive. The Rogue one.
Yeah.
That thing is so in demand. I didn't know why. I
some
just
of them
knew, wow.
are some of them are harder to pull than others, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't know if it's true or not.
There's something I wanted to get your advice on, but I can't find it. Anything that I have that's in the card saver, like I was meaning to send out, and
Yeah.
then they shut down, and then I just didn't.
Well, did you hear they opened it up, economy back up today for everybody? $50 a card.
I saw on your story that they were going to announce something, so that's what they announced. They were like, "There's news coming," so it's just standard open now. You don't have to do the
Right.
whole raffle thing or whatever. Okay,
90-day turn time, supposedly.
That's not bad. I mean, we're used to waiting a
Well, I think that
while
they
anyway.
probably realize that the hobby is kind of contracting a bit, and people are not, taking as many risks sending cards in to be graded.
Well, I'm definitely sending this in. This is not the rookie. This is like the metal version that was called like what was it called?
Oh, that's pretty.
Metal Decade, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
a really
like
cool
well
card.
centered. It looks
Yeah.
really good. It might do it.
Wow.
I think
It
it
might
would. It
do it.
looks like a 10 year.
Yeah,
It's a
I gotta
gorgeous
get
looking
this
card.
one out. Super excited about that. Just some sports stuff, and I know we don't do that too
that's
often.
cool,
This
son.
card I was supposed to send, and I couldn't find it on
Hey.
their site.
That's from Flare Ultra Wolverine.
Oh, well, I do know the set then. There you go.
Yeah.
I pulled this one when I was 9.
Does it back?
It's a
Does it back
beautiful
look like
card.
a comic book?
Oh yeah, I love the back. The back of this one's super funny
Mm-hmm.
because I think it makes I gotta get that off. No, I think it makes a comment about a mask, and so I thought it was appropriate
Yeah.
for like the pandemic.
And that's the 96 set is like that in the back.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
part of a 9 panel that actually does match up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a cool
it's got
set.
Jubilee, Wolverine.
There's
Wait,
no.
that's-
Is there a binder for that? I don't think there is. There a binder, an official binder for that set?
Dude, is
I
that the
haven't-
binder? That's the yellow binder with Wolverine tearing through it?
I don't
No,
remember.
that's
I have
Flare.
that binder. Hold on. Oh, okay.
That's 90. No, you go ahead, but I think that's the 95 Flare.
That's it.
Oh, okay. That's 95.
can't
I have that
remember.
one.
That's
Like
a
the
great binder.
original?
That's an iconic binder.
Like the original
So
binder.
sick. Yeah, the
yellow.
original binder.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You want me to break it out? Because I'll have to go
Yeah.
dig it out, but I got it.
Like if it doesn't take but a minute, go get it. Because
All right, I'll be back. You guys hang out. I'll be back. Give me a
Because
second.
it's actually that's a weakness in my collection is I don't have enough of those actual 90s binders put.
I wish.
90s
I
cards.
still need the there's one I really want. It's the 1998 Marvel Creator Collection binder. I keep passing on it like an idiot, and I should just buy one, but now I can't find one. So
Right.
It's funny. I'm not in that room. You guys can't see me, but I can
But-
hear you guys.
But we
You're
can
still in
hear
my
you.
ear.
So I
Yeah.
was going to talk
See?
about you, but now that I know you can still hear me.
Yeah, just wait till I log off.
Never, my friend.
Thank you. I am moving a bunch of. There's so
Hey.
much stuff that I'm moving right now. Go ahead. Sorry, you guys.
Yeah,
carry
so
on.
I just while you're doing that, I want to talk about Dallas. So not this weekend, but the next Dallas Trading Card Show. We will be there. Norn, right? You're going to be there?
Yeah.
And we're going to. We can talk about this now, can't we? I mean, it needs to be public knowledge.
I would assume and hope so.
Everybody come hang out. We're going to have upper deck stuff. Like to give away.
Yep.
And I would tell you that it's a bit of a surprise for us too, but just know that we're going to have it there. Specifically me, Norn, and Joshua, Marvel Card Madness MCU. And there's going to be some other cool stuff there we'll save for when we're actually in Dallas.
Yeah.
But if you're in the area, you love Marvel cards or you just want to hang out, maybe you don't love Marvel cards. That's fine. Come check
We'll be
us
there
out.
to
Come
chill.
look for us.
We talk about other things, barely, but we can.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Kent's going to be there too. Kent, you said you were going to bed.
Dude.
Be a responsible
Wait, aren't
adult.
you East Coast? Come on, man.
Norn's on the East Coast. He's not
Dude,
being
I'm
responsible.
I'm
All
staying
right,
up
this
at
is actually
11:58.
devastating.
Ah, great book. Great binder.
So this is the binder, but
Yeah.
I ruined it as a child. I put a hologram on
You
it.
snapped it right on there.
What is wrong with me?
You made that the coolest variant ever is what you did.
I'm sorry.
You
I
were
did that,
thinking
but
about the comic
inside-
books, and
Oh my
that's
God,
why you
this
did
isn't
it.
even let me see what's in here. Hold on one second.
Hey,
So
Norn's
95
got a
Flair.
great point. You were looking at those X-Men comic books with a hologram on the front of it, and you said, I want to make this look like that.
Yeah, I took
You
care of
were
a
an
lot of
innovator.
things as a child. I don't know why I screwed this up. So what's interesting about what's in this binder, I'll tell you what sets I have in here. I have the 95 Flair Marvel Annuals in here. But that doesn't look complete. And then I have, we all know this set. What year was this one?
92. That
I'm
was
not
the
gonna remember
second Jim Lee
That's like-
set, second X-Men set.
Yeah, so I
look at
don't
that.
actually have the, oh, but look, my favorite. I've been putting these together in PSA 10s now.
This guy.
I love
I'm
it.
so excited about this stuff. I need all these in the 10.
Yes, you do. That
Yes,
is the
you do.
fave.
Yes.
Need
You know
those.
what? Okay. Grading companies need to, and I'm saying this, absolute must, need to have
Oh,
a
I already know it,
9-page
yeah.
grading slab, baby. We need
You
that.
need to get it done.
I'm
Yeah.
It's
surprised.
very important.
I'm surprised BGS hasn't done it because apparently they'll grade just about anything.
Where's the Venom 9 panel? It's so
They said no to
sick.
me, but whatever.
You
I'm not upset about it.
wanted to be slabbed and with all four grades.
Look at these corners, baby.
Look at the
Okay.
corners, baby.
This
Yeah.
one?
Yes. What's your favorite one in that 9 panel?
In this 9 panel, my
Gotta be
favorite one
Carnage.
is no, did you say Carnage?
I said card 6.
It is card 6. Second row all the way to the
Damn.
right. It's card
Yeah.
6. You're the man. That is my
That's good.
favorite.
It's a magic trick. I do Marvel
Dude.
card magic.
You're really about this life. You're really about this
I'm going to
life.
be asking you to do that forever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Did you
All right,
hear
well,
what?
that's enough of that. Yeah.
Did you hear what Cumberbatch said? He said like it was the worst thing ever having to do the magical spells. You know, like he said. He was like, it's so bad. He did it. He did it well though.
You did it well.
Yeah, it's gonna
All
be
right.
fun.
I'm sorry, guys. I got on a tangent. I got all excited.
You're good.
Oh
No
no, you're
worries.
doing Marvel cards. We're totally stoked. I promise.
Stussy.
What's that? Oh,
The Marvel
Stussy.
Stussy
Yeah,
card. Yeah. This is
Absolutely.
just like the top card or whatever. I think it's a sticker.
yeah.
Well, on the image on the other side of it is the image you get when you put all the cards together.
Right. Oh,
The center.
yes. It's the puzzle thing.
That's right.
That's
Hey.
right. It says this is what your completed puzzle should look like.
nice.
I'm
That's
slow down and
cool.
read the back of the card. Swami, you need to get your priorities in order, man. Be in
Yeah,
Dallas.
Swami, what's going on, bro?
Figure it out.
Yeah,
It's
what's
the
it-
weekend. Oh, you're stuck in Denver to meet Swami and listen to a bunch of Pokemon nerds? God, y'all do suck.
Bunch of Pokemon nerds. I love it.
Dibs on top bunk.
It's on top buck. I love it.
So I'm actually going to
Oh,
probably
man.
take my Stutsy sticker and put it on my Pelican case.
That's cool. I love
and
it.
I ordered stickers for Dallas. Hopefully they'll be here in time.
Oh,
very
nice.
cool.
Yeah, so I'll be giving away some Spidey Hits stickers.
Oh, we got more of these.
You just stacking them over there, huh?
You
I
should,
love
man.
them.
They're nice. They're nice. They're good looking cards.
Oh, Collecticon in Denver. I bet that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Marvel Carnage of Knowledge. Yeah, so many good ideas. I love it. Love it.
I need
Well,
to
guys-
get a Pelican case. That sounds fancy.
Oh, Pelican cases. It's not unlike what you have over there, but you can shape the foam to fit the cards.
Right.
Yeah, you can use them for all kinds. See there, he's showing you. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm into that. I love that. And then when you close it, obviously the egg crate stuff at the top is going to give it a nice cushion. Everything stays in place. Fantastic.
Yeah, I finally got some stickers. I should have already done that. I'm sorry. If the stock market doesn't recover, Collecticon is going to be a ghost town filled with broke boys.
The
Yes,
stock
it's a-
market's not going to recover for at least, I shouldn't say anything. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't need to recover right now. That doesn't need to happen. We've got to get inflation back to around 2%, not 8%. It's I went to Taco Bell tonight, and they had no employees. It took me 40 minutes to get through the drive-through, and they had signs begging people to come to work at a pretty good dollar per dollar hour wage, and still nobody's working.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just what's going on in the world. San Diego Comic-Con. So here's the problem with San Diego Comic-Con. It's the week before Nationals.
Oh,
They're like back to
I didn't
back.
realize that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it difficult.
On different sides of the planet.
Hmm. Yep. Would love to go though.
Damn.
Yeah, that CPI
I-
number is not going to be fun.
You know what's really weird is
'Cause-
I don't know if I'm going to go to either, but would be more excited currently right now to experience the National than the San Diego Comic-Con. I know certain people would be really upset at me saying that, but
Right.
I really want to feel the energy at the National. Like I really want to be there, and it's because the amount of content that I was consuming around the National last time, from like Card Collector 2 and all of these things, I was so excited about what it felt like in there, and I want to be a part of it.
Mhm.
And the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con is probably amazing too, but I'm kind of immersed in comics all day, every day as it is. It'd be nice to be in that different environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go
Yeah,
to Comic
I get
Cons I've
that.
never been, and less because of comics and more because of action figures, actually.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't
That's
know.
just-
They never have any surfers in these places, so I'm always disappointed.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
I
I
bet
tell
there'll
you,
be
man.
I bet there'll be surfer stuff at HeroCon.
Better be surfer stuff at HeroCon.
You gonna buy that book eventually?
I'm buying that, but look, Neo said it. He came on. He said comic books are going down. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for that SS 8.5 8 white pages, and I'm gonna grab it. I'm just taking my time
Mhm.
because I'm cheap and I have to wait because it's going to be a PC item and I can never sell it.
What is the value of an 8.5 of that book right now? Where does that sit currently, and what's your kind of target on it? And where has it been? Like June, July of last year, or where was it at the height?
Gosh.
So the
You gotta-
problem that I keep finding myself in is that I keep the price does get a little bigger every time. Like it hasn't like slowed down or gone down. Really, not really. But like I think that's because everyone was hoping he was like coming out in multiverse or like coming out some other time or something like that. So I think it just kept like steadily growing, but I don't think Surfer's coming out for a long time. So I'm just like trying to get it. I just don't want to tell you. I can't say a number because I'm so cheap that I just don't want to spend the money on it right now. I'm just being so cheap.
I think
Surfer
an
cards are
8.5
freaking expensive.
Yeah, I would think an 8.5 is probably
An
like
auction just ended and I was
Okay.
watching it.
Oh,
What was
I'd love to know what it ended at.
3,000.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
7,500?
I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. Because I watch them all the time. I'm just too cheap.
Mhm.
It really is about that. Just too cheap.
I think I had to pay 800 for my 3.0.
This is so crazy. 14
700?
bids. It was an auction. It was 8.5 off white to white, and it went for 4,351. I don't want to pay
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to pay
Wow.
that. I don't want to pay
What
that.
a-
I don't.
Incredible looking book. My goodness. Every time you see that cover, it's like,
Don't
oh.
say that. Keep it. I
And
don't
you
need
know,
this.
it's
Okay.
a thick book. It's not an easy grade.
And it's black. I know. I've been researching it. I understand. I know.
Are you going to be a stickler on the page quality?
I could live with off-white, but I'm not doing cream or cream to
Yeah,
off-white.
right. I hear you. That's like
I'm
taking
not
it
doing
to a
it.
point where it's like, what?
That's too much. I
You
can't
have to
deal with
use a
that.
completely different word now. It's not white anymore. What?
Right.
It's khaki. What is this? I got taupe pages.
Why is beige on there?
You know? But if it was an AF-15, you could give me a 0.5 charcoal pages. I don't care. Just let me have
Right.
Naj made it. Naj,
Naj,
is here.
good morning
Good
over there in
morning,
the
my
UK.
friend.
How's it going? Hey, DC wants to
Justin,
know.
I know it's coming up on 2 hours, but Naj
Yeah.
is here, so we need to do 2 more hours. You're well aware we're going to be here 2 more hours.
Holy
Let's all get a
smoke.
bottle of water.
You know
We
what?
got to stay.
I'll just leave it running.
There you go.
Hey, DOC wants to know, did you pick up any Star Wars comics from Free Comic Day? He got 3 of the 2 of the same one.
I didn't pick up anything Free Comic Book Day. I didn't even go into a comic book store.
That was this
It's the
past
only Star
weekend,
Wars
right?
pickup I did.
That's sick.
Oh,
It's the only Star
That's
Wars
sick.
pickup I did.
Tell us a little bit more about that. What is this card? That is gorgeous.
So this is Masterworks, basically the Marvel equivalent of Masterpieces for Star Wars. And this is the black variant, 2 out of 5.
Whoa.
So I'm doing a black series collection for the Mando collection. So I'm going to do a black from every set he's in. So this is the first one he was ever in, and this is the second.
Those are awesome.
So I just think they look great.
he
just
knows
look
what he's doing.
They look great. But
Yeah,
that's
Hey,
the only
Naj.
Star Wars
chase
thing.
this. I just try to buy a bunch of 90s base cards and you guys get all the special stuff, but you know, it's fine.
Well,
But
see,
I'm picky. I'm picky, man. I don't.
Yeah,
pick
but
I
see-
don't pick. Yeah.
Norton's been after Star Wars for like 4 years now, so he's ahead of the game there.
Yeah.
So he's got like a master Pedro Pascal Mandalorian collection.
Whoa.
Now, in fairness, there's no silver surfer cards right now, so he went for the most silver other character he could find.
That's
I
fine.
have a type.
he does have a type.
Do you have Tin Man paraphernalia?
Don't give him an idea.
Can I show that here?
From
Or no?
on.
No?
Yeah. No, it's
Wait, he's
welcome
not.
to.
Was the Tin Man silver? Is Tin silver? Yeah, he's silver. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
When you squint, it's okay.
When you squint, yeah.
You only have a
You know?
heart. Yeah. No Tin Man stuff, please.
That's
So William hopes to
hilarious.
attend Comic Con. He's been a couple of times when he was single, but now that he's married, he'll have a daughter and it'll be triple the entry fee and triple the shopping expense. Yeah, I know that.
And
life.
triple the fun. Well, depends on if everyone else
It's
loves
true.
it.
If they like it, yeah. I was very
What are we
fortunate.
doing with
My
these
girls.
guys?
Hey, whoa. What are you
Do
doing
we
there,
grade
man?
stuff like this?
Yeah, I mean that.
In
So,
the pack.
all right. Can you read the date? No, you can't read it because I see that on the back. But those are from 1989.
1989.
And what's important about that is that it's pre-90 MU and you have Venom in there. So they're the
There's
first
a Venom. There's a Venom card in here. Oh,
in that
snap.
set. Maybe not in that pack. but in
Oh,
that
this is
set.
just a
Be careful.
5-card pack, and there's going to be a set, of course.
It's like a 90 card set. Yeah. It's like all McFarlane Spider-Man art.
Yeah, I
Keep that
just bought it
sealed
'cause
and grade that.
I might do that. It's in decent shape. I don't know how packs are graded, but I actually really like this, so I might do something of that
Well,
sort.
90 and MU90 had some. Before MU90 came out, they did a promotional thing, and they put some in a clear pack, and there was a 20 card preview set of MU90 that people don't know about.
I don't know. I want that pack, a clear pack with 20 cards from 90 MU.
Not 20,
You know,
5 cards. So
Oh,
you had to
5
collect
cards.
multiple different packs, and they were random.
I'm on it. You remember something happened last year? You put up a picture or a post about oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Wait, Previews magazine, right? It was a previews, and inside there was the uncut sheet of 90 MU. I went straight to eBay. I bought it. I got it. I'm excited.
Norman driving markets for years.
Yeah,
It's
he
true.
has.
That those were preview issues that were just sitting there. No one looked
They're
at them.
sick.
And they
They're
have on the
sick.
back of the card, there's a diamond on there because of
Oh,
the diamond was the distributor.
that's true. That's actually, we had a conversation about this because there was a gentleman on eBay selling a set, and I was like, wait, so someone cut all of these?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
How do we
grab
feel
that
about
shit.
that? How do we
You
like?
know,
Is that
I like them in the magazine. So MU90 has promo cards, which I was talking to Swami about, and you and I have had this conversation
Yeah,
with those
yeah.
magazines.
Yeah.
And they're really rare. Like no one, they're not even graded. Like there's a change in the copyright info on the back. Like it's awesome. Like it's cool. And then like some of them have the diamond on there. They're nice cards, man. Like they're really nice. Like I have this. I think I showed you this. I feel like I always show the same stuff when I go on every channel.
I mean, we
Yeah.
you know, we got stuff, but we love a lot of the same, like, you know.
We do.
But
Hey,
but-
9.9, remember Oliver Van? He's the one that was helping us with all the grading tips, if I remember correctly.
What did he say here?
He says Amazon has
was-
a UV Starlight box with 2 bulb LEDs, great for disinfection. It's only around $65.
That's actually really amazing to know. But if this is the same Oliver, he has changed his photograph.
He
So,
did.
yeah,
He needs to confirm if this was the Oliver that was on the live the other night, dropping a bunch of knowledge.
telling us what he was steaming comic books with and
Yeah.
sending invisible links that no one ever received.
Yeah, he tried.
No, they got filtered. I'm just giving him a hard time. Sketch, what'd you just show?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Whoa,
Wait,
that's different than the regular
wait.
hologram.
Yeah, I have the regular one right here. That's not it.
Yeah.
This is a printing plate hologram.
Oh my gosh, get out of here. Look how much cooler that looks than this.
This
Have
was the
mercy.
original to that. They would press the paper on this to make what you have there.
Dude, that's gorgeous. But even the hologram is just more alive. It's like clearer.
You can see the
It's-
drawing completely.
Yeah. Can we just, all right, for the viewer, just to make sure you understand, Norn is holding the printing plate that printed all of those holograms.
Dude,
How many of them do you
that's
have?
so
Or is
wild.
that the same one? Okay.
This I only have one. I only have this
Yeah.
guy. I had the Wolverine and the Versus and another one.
Wow.
I bought it from the guy who worked there. He kept a sheet for himself. He kept the original sheet for himself and put it in a frame. And that's why it has those little glue spots, because he had it in a frame for years. And he showed me the whole process and photos from when he worked there with the plate, which is pretty cool.
Stupid iconic. That's a 1 of
That's-
1, right?
That's
is it,
so
yeah,
It's
awesome.
not a 1 of 4.
Yeah, there might be, if another plate sheet got out somewhere,
Yeah.
that's possible, but I really doubt. Surfer wise, I doubt. Wolverine, there might be, maybe,
Yeah.
but I think Surfer's the only one.
The
Could be.
hologram
I
from
don't
that
know.
set is Cosmic Spidey, right? It is Cosmic Spidey with the
Yeah,
the
Cosmic
trail
Spidey.
of
Magneto, Spider-Man versus Green Goblin, Wolverine, and Surfer.
Oh,
That
during
Wolverine
that
is
live,
Jim Lee.
oh, and that Wolverine is sick too.
Mhm.
During your live not grade reveal,
Mhm.
you mentioned of the Spider-Man Hobgoblin card. Oh no, Spidey Green Goblin card, the
Mhm.
hologram, that there's a variant. And you mentioned something that was different. You said that the variant might be that, like, whatever he was shooting out of his finger was closer to his finger. I thought the variant was that the card was flipped, just like the direction of the action was different.
Hmm.
It was almost like a reflection of the image. But anyway, I'm just bringing that up now because I remember that being mentioned during that live. I didn't actually confirm or.
I don't know that I've heard that. Yeah. So for me, it's the blast from his finger. It's either detached or it's all the way.
Okay, that's probably it.
I've
yeah.
never heard the other variant, and I don't know which
Yeah.
one's more rare. I've just heard of the variant.
I know I have a buddy of mine who knows. I just don't remember off the top of my head. But there is a variant that's a little. I think one of the variants is a little more rare than the other.
Yeah,
I
you
remember
know, printing plates of the right cards, I think are really awesome. Not, I mean, printing plates are awesome, but maybe not every one of them, right? But
Yeah, I mean, people are. I like production stuff. You know what I mean, especially for like the collection I have. So I really like printing plates quite a bit.
oh, good job,
Printing plates
Chris.
are cool.
I like Silver X overs. Those are great cards. I mean,
Those
my
are really
my
sought
Dark
after.
Phoenix printing plates are some of my favorite cards that I have now.
Yeah.
But
I just
because
like them. I just think they're great. Yeah.
It's because I know what it took for someone
I'm
to
gonna show
accomplish that
Naj my
achievement.
shirt.
Yeah, Naj, look at that. That is
Yay.
I love that Phoenix printing
unbelievable
plate,
shirt.
man.
There he is.
So
Face
good.
and all. All right. Hey, real
So
quick.
good.
So Jim Lee, stand up again for us. Model, please.
Oh, yeah.
Model, please.
So you said that
Cool.
that Storm should always be in this suit, but the real debate is it a white suit or is it a gray suit? See, look, see in the bottom image, it looks more white. The top image, it looks more gray.
I always thought of it as a silver suit, but then I guess I never just thought of it that much.
Which is it?
Damn. I'm gonna take both.
Or
Yeah.
or I've heard the other argument, is it a black suit that picks up a shimmer?
Naj,
Is
tell
the
us you
black or
know
blue
these
dress?
things.
Is it yellow or blue? What was
Yellow
Oh,
or
I
blue, is that
remember
what
that
it is?
thing.
Yeah,
Took the
that
internet
stupid
by
thing.
storm 5 years ago.
Crazy. Watch
Hey,
out.
good night, Pops. Always good to be with you.
My
Oh, good
battery's
night.
dying
Good
too.
night.
How rare are the blank back cards from the Wolverine Prism 6 set from then until now? Only have 2 different cards from the 6 set. I do not know the answer to that.
Those are pretty cool, man. I'll have to ask a few people, but they're not easy to find, that's for sure. Yeah, those are good. Those are good
That's
ones.
awesome. She votes silver. I think it's during the day it's white and at night it's silver. How about that?
Yeah, it's a
Ooh.
white with a luster to it.
You got some good words tonight. Refined
man.
and luster.
Good.
Right? I went
into
to
it.
some school.
I feel like we're upgraded here in our vocabulary.
I've seen a book or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what
is
they look like.
evolution.
What up?
We're 4 weeks into doing this. We're gonna get better at it.
That's exactly right.
It's an evolution. I love it.
We're gonna have a plethora of things to talk about.
All of the
Done.
cosplay is white, so I guess that's what they're going for. But it's shimmery. It's
Jim
bedazzled.
Lee's fabric, though, man. Jim Lee's fabric does shimmer a little bit sometimes.
It's a great question. I don't know that the answer can be determined. So
No.
Chris asks, what is the Phoenix printing plate? So in X-Men Metal Universe, the high series card, it was, and most Marvel cards are printed with 4 plates: black, cyan, yellow, and magenta, red, blue, black, and yellow. And those plates are typically made available and in some type of case hit, box hit, or here lately it's been achievements is where they've been giving them away. And they've been doing them as 4 panels. So you get all 4 plates in one booklet. And that's really nice because if you're completist, chasing down 4 printing plates that are randomly inserted in boxes as one of ones is really difficult. And the Dark Phoenix, who I chased in that set, the printing plate was actually the last card that I've gotten. And it cost me quite a bit to get it, but I was happy to get it. So now I'm just missing the one of one, and I'm actually missing a Chris Claremont Dark Phoenix Auto. That's the card that I need now. So think X-Men 101 Dark Phoenix panel with Dark Phoenix in it, signed by Chris Claremont, numbered to 10.
Mm.
That's what
they're gorgeous too, man. They're absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
They pick great panels for those cards too.
I'm sorry, Naj. You actually missed Neo, and Swagglehorse jumped in the comments.
We had a
Swagglehorse
party.
Comics.
Yeah, it was fun. It's awesome.
They saw 9.9 in sketch card here, and they're like, "Oh, this is the place to be."
And that's why they left.
They were like, "Whoa, these guys showed up."
How much are we talking about? Well, I traded a Wolverine full metal set of what do they call those? I can't think of them now. What do they call those? It was gold, platinum.
Oh
bronze.
yeah, Planet Metal.
Planet Metal. There we go. It's it's late here. The full Planet Metal, and the gold Wolverine was numbered to 15. So that card, $1,200 to $2,000 raw, plus the other cards, $200-300 a piece, give or take a few dollars. So you're probably looking at $2,500 worth of cards, and then to finish the deal, I had to sell my number to 66 Wolverine purely periodic for $300, which is worth double that. But that's how I finished the deal. But I have it now.
I think it's worth it. I think that plate is sick. I think that booklet plate is awesome. Just a beautiful card.
Yeah. For my master collection, it's now my 1 of 1 if I don't get the 1 of 1. So,
and I prefer, like, for me, there are 1 of 1s. Like, I have the Marvel Masterpieces 2016 4 Silver Surfer base plates. I prefer that over the Red Spectrum any day of the week.
That makes
I
sense.
just do.
And that one specifically because it was hard to get all 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's all 4 of the base. Like, pack inserted, insanely hard to get.
You got 30 cards to finish from 95 Flair. If it was easy to look at my doubles, I'd help you finish those. I just have to find them. I know I have some.
Finishing a set in grade, or obviously in grade, right?
I can't tell by the statement if he's talking about raw or grade.
Because I've got a gang of 95 Flair, but I mean, he's probably not talking raw, right? Because those can be found.
Those are. If you're not too condition sensitive, they're probably on eBay. He says he can ping him what he needs in Messenger. Yeah. So for people who don't know, comc.com has a ton of Marvel stuff, and here's why. Epac, that Upper Deck, has all these Marvel cards coming out. It's connected to ComC, and people transfer their Epac to ComC to be able to send it to eBay or to sell it. So a lot of Marvel cards live there, and people don't realize it. A lot of what you see on eBay is actually on ComC.
Wow. Okay.
So and yeah, give them the notes.
No. Go. I'm good.
You need an account, because if you don't have an account, you can't see the real price and you can't make offers. The price is on there. You can buy it without an account, but you're going to overpay from what they'll really take and be able to negotiate offers.
You need that. You need that. Yeah, you have to have an account. Then you're leaving.
I don't think it doesn't cost anything to have an account. You just have to set it up.
Sure.
Here's the problem. To make an offer, you have to load the money. Like, the money's got to be in your account. And that gets a little tricky.
Why is that tricky? Tell me. What do you mean?
Like, I loaded
the account like through your bank is tricky, or what's?
No, linking your account through PayPal or whatever is easy. But for instance, I loaded up $375 the other day to make an offer on a car. Didn't get the offer. Forgot about it. Like, I just completely forgot about it. 40 days later, today or yesterday, I looked up and I was like, oh, I have money in here and I don't want it in there. I wanted my PayPal account.
Right.
I had to pay a 10% fee to get my money back.
No, that's no. See, I got a big problem with what I just heard. Hold on a second.
Yeah. In 30 days, you can pull it back, no fee.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you said that part. Thank goodness. I was about to. Okay.
Yeah. So you you have a 30-day window. Your money can go back to wherever you want it to go.
Oh, well, that would never be a problem for me, because if I load in the money and I don't buy the card, the next thing I'm doing is taking my money back. So I'm not going to,
don't be like me. Don't be like me.
You've got too much money, Justin. An extra 400 here, an extra 500 here.
Not true. Look, you pump your gas looking into the sun, like, $80. Yeah, like, and it's $6 a gallon where you're at.
It's crazy. It's
I gotta just wait till it clicks over there. So, but I think I don't know the reason, but I suspect that they can't just let money sit in this place. Like, they have to do something with it, and there's some kind of expense that comes with that. Maybe it's just a money grab. I don't know.
No, you might be actually right, because if they're actually holding on to that value, they're performing a custodial service. I believe they're being a custodian for your fund.
A lot of people don't realize this, but in the banking world, when you make a deposit, that's actually considered a liability to the bank. When you make a loan, it's actually considered an asset to the bank. Because when you make a deposit into our checking account, and I work at a bank, full disclosure, we have a responsibility to return an interest to you. So to us, that's a liability.
Right.
When we make you a loan, it's a liability, but you pay us interest, that's an asset. And so for them to hold money may be a type of liability for them, that they have to do some type of escrowing, protecting, insuring, whatever.
Absolutely.
And so they give you a grace period, and after that, boom, there's a fee associated with it. So
no, I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
If you put money in there, take it off in 30 days if you don't plan to use it.
Get it out. And if anybody pays you on PayPal, send it to your checking account right away. Don't use PayPal as a checking account.
Please explain why.
It's okay. So this is going to go all right. So originally I would just loosely say, because if PayPal sees something funny going on, they're able to just freeze your money. You know, they will just, and they don't have to provide any explanation. It's in the fine print. I've seen it happen to a lot of really good people. They just freeze up your account, and I
Tens
forgot
of
the amount
thousands
of
of dollars. Yeah.
tens of thousands, and I forgot what it is. I think they say 60 days or 180 days. I don't remember the amount of days you have to wait before they finish their whatever and release your money. And there's some workarounds. Like when Gem Mint Collectibles, when he got in this situation, he found out that if he refunded people that have purchased from him, they can't lock up the refund. You still have the ability to refund. So you can send people their money if you trust them and get in touch with them, and they can send you your money back a different way. Like that's one way to stick it to PayPal if PayPal shuts your account down. Now, I have no problems with PayPal. I love PayPal. But recently, people would say when someone's account would get shut down, everyone would assume it's because you were doing friends and family transactions, but they were actually things being sold, right? Like you were performing a retail transaction, but using friends and family. And that's just what people thought. People are like, oh, you got shut down because you're abusing the system. That's actually incorrect. I've done a bunch of like exploring people's situations. It's the people that use goods and services that are the accounts that most often get shut down. Why? Because goods and services is the liability for PayPal. For 90 days or whatever the amount of time is, the person that purchased from you can actually use their goods and services protection and ask for a refund or say something was wrong. If it's friends and family, PayPal has no liability. Once you've sent that money, that's your problem if something goes wrong. So it's actually doing goods and services stuff within like a collectible community that they deem as very risky for them. You know, graded books, loose books, $5,000 for these expensive cards and stuff. They're like, dude, anyone could return some of this for mail damage, what have you. So that's when accounts start to get locked up. I haven't had that problem yet, knock on wood, but you got to just take your money out as soon as it gets there. Like send it to your bank account. Don't use PayPal as a holding place for your money.
I have somebody right now I know that received money from friends and family, received it. And the guy's fighting back. We thinking, pretty wickedly through his credit card to get his money back, claiming he didn't receive the cards when he did.
Oh, he's trying to do a chargeback on a friends and family is he going to win that?
PayPal is responding because the credit card company is the one pushing the issue.
Wow.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Norm? You had something?
I am so sorry to do this, you guys. Wife is sleeping, charging cable. I left it up with wife. So this might, my laptop might die. But I just wanted to say, this was so much fun. Thank you both so much. We're going to talk more. Okay, 9.9. So just hit me up.
Awesome. It was
Spidey, you're a gem for inviting me. Thank you guys. It's so good to hear from all of you guys and meet new friends. And I'm so excited. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, everybody. Great night. Thanks.
See you, Sketch. Take care,
Have
buddy.
a good night, my man. Talk to you soon.
Yep. But just to finish that up, I think you got to be careful. And, friends and family, like if you and I were in a room together and I bought something from you, there's no reason to ever do goods or services in that situation. Like I already have the item.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think people misunderstand. Like they feel like they're doing something wrong if they do friends and family. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's the intent. I think goods and services is you're saying, hey, PayPal, I'll give you money if you'll provide me a layer of protection on the other side of this deal. Right. And that's it. You see what I'm saying?
And that layer of protection is a liability for PayPal.
No doubt. That's why they have to hold the money.
That's why they have to hold the money. And so, and what's just the most frustrating part of it, not that I've personally had to deal with it, but you can see this frustration when someone's dealing with it. It's just that PayPal just takes the stance of we can't provide you any information. We can't tell you what's happening. This is not reversible. This is a final decision. Your account's closed. Your funds are held.
Yeah.
And what a vulnerable place to be. It's like, that's not fair.
I don't hold any money in PayPal. As soon as it comes in there, I'm going to the bank.
Boom, to the bank, And
I'll risk the 3-day wait, but
the 3-day wait's fine. The 3-day wait is perfectly fine. A lot of times it hits the next day anyway. It says 1 to 3 business days. The money shows up the next day anyway. And whatever obviously if you do instant, they have a fee. I'm not actually sure what that fee is, but they also provide that, if you wanted to get it instant, boom. But 1 to 3 is absolutely fine. Yeah, that's it. And here's the thing about some of the conversation this evening. I love PayPal and I love eBay,
Mm-hmm.
right? And things have not, everything is smooth for me with both of those companies or
Platforms, yeah.
platforms. Everything is smooth for me. But there's always that sort of like, you hear the stories,
Yep.
right? And you know what's an interesting complaint that everyone has is that how eBay always takes the buyer side. And I haven't had any issues. And then oftentimes I wonder, like, well, did the seller actually not perform their duties as well as they should have? Like, did you possibly not package super well? But then I realized that's unfair for me to think that way because there are people on the other side, on the buying side, not the good buyers, not honest people, but there are absolutely people that are taking advantage of the
Yeah.
fact that eBay will blindly refund the buyer, and then the seller has to jump through all sorts of hoops if he wants to appeal it or fight it. But for the
Mm-hmm.
buyer to say, I got the wrong item, they're going to get their money right away, and anybody dishonest can really take advantage of that. And that is quite a big problem. I haven't run into it, but I can understand that concern. A lot of things need to get tightened up around here, but I think people will figure it out, or maybe one platform will figure it out.
I need somebody to figure it out because I actually have a lot of stuff that I need to move. But man, the hassle and the shipping is the problem for me.
The shipping, the time it takes to
The
package
time it
carefully and
takes,
get,
and I don't know how I don't know how to speed it up. I know some people can do it really fast, like boom, 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 boom. They got a system, it works. It does not work for me. It takes
no,
me an
I
hour
don't.
and a half to package a bunch of stuff up, and
I'm with
oh,
you. I'm with you. It literally takes me hours. I let the music play, I get
mm,
comfortable, and I
yeah,
take my time packaging. But I also take a great deal of pride in packaging.
yeah.
Like, I want it to be a winning experience all around. I want
Mhm.
someone to love what they got, open it up, and I want the bubble wrap to be in a condition that if they feel like reusing it, they could reuse it. Like,
Yes,
dude,
so you
what I
don't just wrap
really
it with Scotch tape.
no, I don't. And what I really dislike, first of all, the most important thing is getting your item safe. So I'm always happy when I buy something and it arrives
Mhm.
safely. But what about the folks that ship you stuff in garbage, man? Like garbage, like they'll just pack up a box with whatever crap they have laying around. And
Mhm.
it's like, don't you have any respect for what you do? Like, yeah, you protected the item, but what about the feeling of receiving this
Yeah.
item that I paid for? This is your trash you just packed it in. And it's not like it happens 1 out of 100 times. Like 1 out of
There's
10
a
times somebody's
there's
packaging
another side
garbage.
of that. The other side is the overpacker who I've got to like unwrap, 3 or 4 different things, and it's in Fort Knox, and I end up damaging the item trying to get all the tape and packaging off of it.
You don't know which way something's inside. You don't know how you got to bend because sometimes people aren't using painter's tape. They're using
No,
all kinds of
these are
stuff,
the
and
people
then
I'm
it's
talking about. It's like
packing tape
it's
wrapped
the
up.
packing tape on the inside of the box, and I'm like, man, this is brutal. Like I'm yeah, it's tough.
It's interesting to complain about overpacking, but that's like I understand what you mean. The other day I received a comic book and someone, invented their method to secure it. But with inventing this method, I had no idea how to go at it. Where am I supposed to make a slit? Where
Where
do
do
I
you put the
cut?
blade? Yeah.
There's 23 pieces of cardboard put together with 5 different types of tape. I don't know where my book is inside this thing.
You just know they tried, right?
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And the book was, the book, I'll show you
Overpacker.
the book that came. It's a beautiful book, one of my favorite books. This is actually the book I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, the
So,
Spidey homage for Spawn.
yeah, Spawn 8 in a newsstand, and this is a straight up 9.8. So I got no complaints. Where's the spine side?
Dude,
It is just,
it's
it's
just
going to
it's
take
glimmering. Yeah.
it's beautiful. I'm going to give it a little well, I'm not going to give it a press, but this is going to be my 4th or 5th 9.8 in this book. Maybe 3rd. I think 3rd 9.8 in this book. I love this book.
Oh, DOC. Somebody sent him 2 Wolverine metal cards and nothing but a single penny sleeve. Hey, so I want to talk about X-Men Metal real quick. So X-Men Metal, well, yeah, I can use these as an example. I'll throw them in the floor. But I showed you how these have the 2 different bottom logos for
Yes.
metal.
Yeah.
So in X-Men Metal and in Spiderman Metal, if it had this logo, it was considered a low series. If it had this logo, it's considered the high series.
Okay.
This logo is numbered 1 through 100. This logo is numbered 101 through 200.
Okay.
Follow me?
Oh, the high series, the high numbers, right?
Low and high, low and high.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the low series came in the physical boxes as physical cards. But in Epac, the low series came as digital cards. So actually, these are shorter printed, or they're pretty short print because you could only get them in the physical packs. And now we know that only about 30% of that total product made it into the physical boxes. And so these, they're not rare, like in the scheme, like there's only 10 or 12 of them, like not rare, but there's not as many as people actually think there are.
And the narrative got flipped. People liked the higher numbers first, but after finding out the distribution of it, boom.
Because in the physical box, you got 2 of these per pack, where you got 4 of these per pack.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yet these showed up in Epac as physical cards, where these did not.
And that's a huge amount of taking out of circulation there. Correct.
And so this, not this particular card, but the Wolverine version of the low series, I just picked up on eBay for $200 in a PSA 10. I don't think people realize, number one, those cards have really poor quality control. We talked about that earlier on the show tonight, but it's a pop 1. It's a base card, and there's still only 1.
Whoa.
Because there's not as many as people think, and they're not in good condition.
Yeah.
So,
very cool. Very cool.
Well, my friend, we have hit 2 hours and 25 minutes. That might be a record for the show.
I think that was a record for the show. And also, I mean, we were 4 squares at one time.
4 squares, and we've had a lot of people here in watching, a lot of people in the chat, and I'm super honored to have everybody here. Thank you for watching. If you do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so on the way out.
I'm going to do mine. I didn't do it yet. I'm going to do it. Boom.
Make sure if you're not following the 9.9 newsstand, by the way, the definite article, the only one, 9.9 newsstand. You're a rare, man. You're a rare variant.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. And likewise, my friend, one of a kind. Spidey Jew, soon to be Spidey Hits.
That's it, man. We're working on the rebrand. Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't a secret. Okay, I was like, wait. Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah. Everybody pay attention to the channel. Whenever I get the right amount of time and I'm done editing a couple of videos, we're going to rebrand the channel to Spidey Hits. You can still call me Spidey Jew if you want to. You can still call me Spidey. You can just call me, whatever, right?
Yeah, and the hits will keep coming no matter what you call.
The hits are going to come. And I think, I'm not trying to be violent, like hit you in the face. I'm trying to be successful. Like it's a hit. Like we hit a really good card out of this pack.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So, but Spidey does hit pretty well though.
He does. He does. He's got
awesome. Yep. Hey everybody. Thank you. And as always, I hope you have a marvelous day. Go get it day. Yep. I hope you have a marvelous day.